Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. How are you doing? Welcome back, and welcome if today is your first time of joining me on a live stream. Welcome to my channel, welcome to my page. Thank you guys for tuning in to join me today in today's conversation. How are you all doing? How is your Saturday going? Um, Today is another day that the Lord has made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. And I tell you, it's a beautiful day, despite the circumstances you must have faced since you woke up or you're currently facing right now. It's a beautiful day, and we shall indeed rejoice and be glad in it. All right. My weather today is 14 degrees Fahrenheit. It's still very cold, but we thank God for a good day. How are you all doing? You've seen my topic, you've seen my title, you've seen my thumbnails. I want us to discuss about today's election going on in motherland Nigeria. Let's put it our own input. Let's see what we can make out of it. Let's see if there is any way we can still believe or have hope in this country called Nigeria. So I'll be discussing that today, and please, your voice, your opinion is highly welcome on the table. Thank you guys for joining me, and once again, welcome to my live stream. If you're watching me from Facebook, to all my Facebook fans and friends, thank you guys for being here today. Thank you guys. Don't forget to like this live stream as you come in. Don't forget to share, and don't forget to lend your opinion, because I want this to be a conversational live stream. Just like as always, let's put our hands together, our voices together, and see if there is any hope left somewhere that we can still summon to believe there is good in Nigeria. Thank you guys for joining me. So today is the gubernatorial election, that's governorship election and the state assembly election in Nigeria. And I've been following this election since 6 a.m. Nigerian time. And from everything I've seen on the news and everything I've watched so far from Channels Television News and Arise TV, and likewise from blogs and vlog channel, is very, very sad to say the least. And I said it here several times before the presidential election in February. I've been, campaigning that people should go out and exercise their civic responsibility, what they owe the country, be patriotic about their country, Nigeria. But it's unfortunate what we are seeing. Even the one we witnessed on the February 25th presidential election is an I saw indeed, but that is nothing to compare to what is happening today. What is happening today in Nigeria is pure intimidation, is whereby the ruling party is trying to let every other citizen know that you don't belong here. Is either my way or the highway. If you cannot agree with my party, you have no right whatsoever to vote for another person in the election. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have the faith to believe there is something that is called good that will come out from Nigeria again, especially with what we are seeing, with the level of what we saw, what we are seeing, and what is currently happening in the Nigerian election. One will say, in fact, you know what? I am done. I am dusted. I am tired. I don't want to be involved anymore, because they've crushed a lot of citizens' hope. They've dashed a lot of hopes. The poor masses could not even come out to vote in their own very country. In their country, they were disenfranchised because they look like a certain tribe, or they believe that these people are not coming to vote the ruling party. No, you tell me if that is still a country. A country where you cannot come out to vote, you cannot exercise your civic responsibility, as simple as casting your vote. Tell me if that is still a country. And they claim to practice democracy. If you really ask me, in my own definition, I will say what I saw today, what I'm seeing, because it's still ongoing, and what happened on the February 25th presidential election, there is no sense of democracy in the country called Nigeria. Yeah, we might differ. So I will want to know what you think, what your opinions are. I will want to hear your own side of the story. If you still have hope, if you still believe there is something good that will come out from this country. We are still talking about P2B going to court to challenge the February election. Just take a look at what is happening today. Citizens are being intimidated. Citizens are being cautioned not to even step out of their doors to cast their vote. And those that manage to go to their polling unit, they will look at you and say, this one is a Omoibo, you're not allowed to vote. A case in hand is a YouTuber, a very popular Nigerian YouTuber by name Sisi Yemi. She went to vote with her husband. Even from her name, Yemi, you will know she's a Yoruba lady. She went to her polling unit to cast her vote with her husband, and they refused her from casting her vote. They say she looks like Omoibo. She looks like another tribe. I'm going to ask this question. Who do Nigeria this? Now, who do Nigeria this? Who do Nigeria this? If you understand Nigerian pidgin or African pidgin, you'll be able to understand why I asked that question. Now, who do Nigeria? You are a citizen of a country. You came out from your home to go and cast your vote. Then some set of people feel that they have the power, they have the arms, they have everything, all the support they can get from the government. They will tell you, no, you're not coming, you're not entering this place because you don't look like a Yoruba person. This is what happened to a popular Nigerian YouTuber, Sisi Yemi. As we speak, she made a video, her interaction with them. She's telling them she's a Lagosian, she's a Yoruba lady. Her husband is Yoruba. They say, no, you're not coming in to vote because you don't look Yoruba. So tribalism has gotten to the point that they assume your tribe even before you mention your name. They've determined your fate even before you cast your vote. It is so sad. I saw in the news where some young men were busy playing soccer in the street of Nigeria. And a reporter came to interview them. Why are you guys not at the polling unit? They said they've already uploaded the election results before the election. So what was their sense of going to vote? That was the response that those Nigerian youths saw playing soccer today gave the reporter. I know of a famous blogger. He said that he is inside, that he's not going out to vote because he's not in any way or form wishing or willing that anything harm will come his way. So he refused to go out and vote. This is exactly their aim, to make the youth give up in the little hope they've gathered in this election. We call Nigerian 2023 election as youth o'clock, where the youth of the country rose up. They came out in their numbers during the presidential election, and their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations were crushed because of the way INEC single-handedly with the ruling party handled the presidential election. They dashed the young folks' hope. They can't even believe in anything called Nigeria. So you can understand the state of affairs right now in the minds of those young people that came out less than a month ago, February 25th, to cast their vote for their choice candidate, the person they believe that will set Nigeria in the pedestal, the person they believe that will correct a lot of ills going on in Nigeria, whereby the masses will be heard. The masses' opinion will count. But the INEC on the 25th of February, with the ruling party in Nigeria, crushed that hope that the young folks came out with the enthusiasm to vote, and especially the first-time voters. They don't want to believe anymore there is anything like free and fair election. Just like my title said, will Nigeria ever get election right? With what I'm seeing, because it's still ongoing, today and what happened on the 25th of February, I've lost hope that they will ever get it right. Nigeria has turned to a commodity that you take to an auction house, and the bidder with the highest money pays for it. That is exactly what they have turned Nigeria to. They are bidding. The bidder with the highest money is who is purchasing Nigeria. The souls of young people that came to vote, that still have a little hope there is remedy for Nigeria, are being crushed. I have a question for Lagos State and the Lagos State government and the people campaigning for the Lagos State sitting governor. If you have a track record that worked for you of competence, capability, accountability, and fighting for your citizen, there would not be any reason whatsoever you allow those people. I don't want to use the right word for them because of YouTube and Facebook. There is no reason this present governor would have allowed those people to campaign for him, to go city by city in the streets of Lagos, telling people with their microphone, megaphone, telling people, if you're not coming to vote for my party, you better sit at home. It simply means that the sitting governor of Lagos State has been rattled by the young movement of Nigerian youth. That is the only reason why they allow people that do not value human lives to roam the streets of Lagos, disrupting what is already set up. All right. Thank you guys for joining me today. Please don't forget to like this live stream. Don't forget to share this video and also contribute in this conversation. Ochitonia's family, UC and UD, thank you for joining me, beautiful. How are you doing today? I hope your day has been nothing but amazing. All right. So what am I saying today? If the governor of Lagos State believed that he has done so well for the citizens of Lagos in the past 4 years, he would not have allowed the set of human beings they put in the streets of Lagos to campaign for them. The set of human beings they let out in the streets of Lagos, going city, tell citizens, you look like a Yoruba person, you're not coming in to vote. Disenfranchising people because they believe that those people look like the people that will not vote for them. If you really ask me, such a person has no position in public service because that person lacks absolute integrity to lead. And for that reason, he should not be allowed to sit in the affairs of citizens. But because they are so frightened, they are so afraid that the youth o'clock that have woken up, they are going to turn the seat down for him. That's why they release their minions to go there and disturb people, interrupt the whole process, and also tell people not to dare come out to cast their vote. Njima Priska, thank you for joining me today. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate your presence. Thank you for being here. I trust your day has been going on well, and I trust you and your family are doing amazing. All right. They say competency, they say accountability speaks for you. Your scorecard speaks for you. If you have performed, if you have believed in your citizen, if you have led this past 4 years with an exemplary skills, with the heart of public service, which is integrity, accountability, and souls to reach out to your citizen, there is no reason that governor would have allowed those people roaming the streets of Lagos, disturbing people's election, telling them, looking at their faces and telling them you cannot come in to vote because you look like Obo Ibo. You can understand it. That is the height of it for me. The very least is what they are doing now. And anybody will come and tell me there is still hope. I want to believe there is hope, but I don't see that hope anywhere, anywhere close. I don't see that. I want to believe there is good in every person, but unfortunately, that is not what I'm seeing now. If you have hope about this election and electoral process in Nigeria, let me know where you're coming from. Let me know where you derive that hope from. It might encourage me because I've been following this election from 6 a.m. Nigerian time. and I'm 6 hours behind Nigeria. As of 4 a.m., I was awake. As of 2 a.m., I was following Nigerian election. And everything I saw was this happening. From Rufus Oseni of Arise TV, shooting out videos telling people what is happening in his own polling unit in VGC Lagos, Victoria Garden City in Lagos. They have a huge park in the estate where they've, in the past, used that particular park for election purposes. They set out their canopies, they come out in mass because it's central for everybody in the estate. But this particular governorship election and that of House of Assembly, the INEC officials refused to come into the estate. Rather, they asked them to come to the expressway, highway, to cast their votes. Just kind of, let someone help me here. I haven't had good sleep since 6 a.m. I'm supposed to be sleeping 6 a.m. Nigerian time. It's my 12th midnight. But because of the love and hope and passion for motherland Nigeria, I stayed awake hoping, believing there is an iota of hope, faith in that country. What I'm seeing, what I saw, and what is happening right now in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. Let's take a leap to Rivers State. Let's go to Bauchi State. A party official was seen standing next to police officers, and he was giving out dollars to people that came to vote. People online, they were already online to cast their vote. This party official was giving out dollars so that they can go and vote for him. And Nigerian police officers were right next to him, 3 of them. They could not tell the man, you're committing election for fraud. No. Tell me there is still hope. Somebody help me, because I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I want to welcome all of you for being here today. Thank you guys immensely for joining me on this conversation. I'll be reading your comments, but if you have hope, there is something good that will come out from 2023 election, let me know, because my own faith, my own hope is failing me. Seriously failing me. How can you be a citizen of a country? You are a registered citizen, registered to vote. You went in there to vote. The case of Sisi Yemi, she's a popular YouTuber. She's a Yoruba girl in Lagos. The people there, the thugs, told her you look like Igbo girl. For that reason, you cannot vote. Tell me there is hope, guys. I don't want to come here and start shedding tears. Let me know there is still good that will come out from Nigeria. Somebody tell me, please. I'll be reading some comment. Let me try and read some comment. T, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming here. T said, thugs have taken over that country. So shameful. That's what I see. That's what I'm saying. It's unfortunate. Absolutely unfortunate. Kiki said, never give up. Fight on. If you stop, they win. Kiki, I wish you can borrow me that faith you're speaking with right now. I need it. Seriously, I do. Because I haven't had sleep since 6 a.m. because I came with full confidence and hope, believing and trusting that what happened in February 25th presidential election will not happen today. But what I saw, what I'm seeing, because I'm still following it on my phone, is nothing to write home about. Let me borrow your faith. I want to know where you're getting this hope for. You say, fight on, never give up, because if you stop, they win. The youths are already tired. Most of them did not come out. They were filming the thing happening in their street. They were so afraid to come out to vote. Tell me how they will fight again. Let's remember Sorosake of 2020 when the youth of Nigeria were solely dealt with at toll gate in Lekki, Lagos. And they still came out to vote in the presidential election. Look at how it turned out. Some of them came out today to vote. They were told you cannot vote unless you're voting for my candidate. Tell me, is that a free and fair election? Is that is the height of it? The country should just divide. Absolutely. There is no point pretending as if it's one Nigeria. There is no one Nigeria anything. They should figure it out and go their separate ways. I think it's best thing for them to do. Just because somebody looked like according to them, Sisi Yemisi looks like an Igbo girl. For that reason, they did not allow her to cast her vote. She and her husband went back without casting their vote. Tell me if that is still a country. Tell me. Kiki fighting is okay. T is now responding. T said, Kiki fighting is hard. Every sector is corrupt, and these thugs have, I don't want to use the name because of YouTube and Facebook. More so, they are immune to prosecution. That is the thing that is making my heart bleed. They are immune to prosecution. Let me bring a case in hand. The Oga Patapata chairman of the Agboro people, the MC, I can't remember his last name, is he Olowo or something? He was recorded saying, if you know you're not coming to vote for APC, you better stay home, because if you come, whatever you see, you take it. He was recorded saying it. The case was reported by other political parties to Nigerian police. The Labour Party wife wrote on the Twitter calling Nigerian police. Nigerian police said they're investigating the matter. The next thing we saw was the MC Olowo came to make a plea that it wasn't what he meant, or that it wasn't what he meant, and then brought one Igbo woman to come and speak Igbo to appease to the Igbo people in Lagos that no, that the guy has been a very good person too. And that MC Olowo was never arrested. So these people know they are immune to prosecution. That's why they have the guts, the impunity to be doing what they're doing. They do these things, they go scot-free. February 25th election happened. Every of them, how many of them have they taken to court? All those people that carted away with their ballot boxes, those that injured people, those that did all manner of things, how many of them have they taken to court? You got it right, Tay. Fighting is hard. Every sector is corrupt. And these people, they have, you guys understand what I'm saying? And they are what? Immune to prosecution. You just sum the whole thing. Because if it's a country where, if you do any particular thing, if you commit crime, you're going to face the consequences of the law. By now, everybody would have shapen up. But no, you can't. Thank you so much, Trending Gist. Thank you for being here. Francis, the black man is not capable of managing his own affairs. Oh, no. Oh, I hate to read this comment, Francis. But what will I say? With what is happening now, what will I say? Praise Kanjome said, Trending Gist said, host, we still have hope. I hope so. I really, really hope so. I hope so. Priska said, it shall be well, host. It took 40 years before the Israelites were delivered from Egyptian bondage. Nigeria is 60 years old. Nigeria is over 60 years since independence. And since 1999, they started this new democracy that Nigeria is practicing. Let me see. Since 1999 till today, let me see what it is. Okay, this is 2023, 1999. So 24 years after, Nigeria is still in this state. You would think the way Nigeria copied the Western world in terms of their luxury, their fashion, their design, their way of life, they copy everything, to the point that Nigerian young folks now go almost naked in the streets of Nigeria, all in the name of fashion, right? Because they are copying the Western world. You would think that the government is as well copying the good they are seeing from the Western world, but it's unfortunate. I don't believe in. I don't blame anybody that say there is no hope. I don't. I don't blame anybody. Akinyemi said, what about the East? We are going to get to the East because this thing is across the country right now. What is happening on today's election is across the country. I talked about Lagos. We are going to go to River State. The one in Gombe State is the one that really police officers were there. The party guy was giving out dollars to people on the queue going to vote. And the police did not see anything wrong in that. That is election fraud. You should arrest that person, but no, the police is working with the ruling party. And that's why they cannot arrest anybody. And that's why nobody can be tried. If you see hope in Nigeria, let me know, because I'm not saying that. It's unfortunate I came here to shed tears out of the pain. It's piercing, especially that you call yourself a citizen of Nigeria and you are not allowed to cast your vote. You left your house to come and vote. They told you that you look like an Igbo woman. For that reason, you're not coming in here to vote. This is their fellow sister, Sisi Yemi. Google Sisi Yemi on YouTube. You will understand what I'm talking about. She is a big Nigerian YouTuber. She did not vote because they looked at her facial expression and say, oh, Igbo, you look like Igbo. You look like somebody coming to vote for Labour Party. For that reason, you cannot enter here to vote. And you tell me there is hope. No. 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 Kiki said, you're not alone, my friend. My friend is Nigerian, and this is how I got to know about Nigeria. Many Nigerians are the same. My friend had gone into depression and crying every day for her country. See, I don't even know how a lot of people are going to cope after today. I don't know. A lot of people are going to have a serious breakdown because they were still believing, they were still hoping that something good will come. But look at it. They came with intimidation tactics, going city by city in Lagos. I posted the data of Fadeyi. I posted the data of the VGC. It's happening in Ojo in Lagos State. It's happening in Amuwodofe. It's happening in Ojota. It's happening in Surulere. Every part of the city of Lagos. These people threw their flocks, their minions to the street to tell every other person coming to vote, if you're not voting for APC, you better clear. It is my way or the highway. You can imagine. And they call it democracy. That is not the definition of democracy. That is not. Election ought to be free and fair. You're not even supposed to tell another person who you're voting for. You come there in that cubicle they provided, you cast your vote without making the announcement. But these people are using your facial expression. If you yellow, if you're light skinned like me, they will say, Omo Igbo, Omo Calabar. You understand? They will tell you you don't have access to vote in your country. And you say that is a country. That is no country. That is not a country. Let's call it what it is. Let's say it the way it is. It's unfortunate it's happening. It's unfortunate that our hearts are bleeding. But I tell you, I don't see hope. T came here to tell me there is still hope, that we should not give up. They should keep fighting. I don't see that hope anymore. Mine is crushed. But I want to be, I want someone that if you still have some element of hope anywhere, borrow me that, because I need it. I want to have a beautiful Saturday. I want by the time I finish this life now, I'll say yes. By the time I call home Nigeria, they'll say, yeah, at least something good happened at the end of the day. Police made some arrests. Some people will be going to court. They are going to do a rerun. I want to believe at the end of the day, something good will happen. But right now, my faith, my hope is completely squashed. All right. Akombia, please, all these talks in Lagos, are they from Nigeria? I don't know. I don't know where they brought them from. I have no idea. But the reason why I can say they are Nigerians, almost all of them, were heard speaking Yoruba. So they are Nigerians. I know some part of Togo might have Yoruba speaking people, but I don't know. I want to believe they're Nigerians because they were heard speaking Yoruba. So they're Nigerians. They're Nigerians. It's very sad to say they're Nigerians. Thank you, Rose Hujo. Thank you for joining me today. All the amazing people here. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still reading comments to see if there is anybody that has that amount of hope that can lend me some, because right now, and I want to apologize to all of you for crying here on this stream. It's not my way of doing things. I try to hold it together, but this one is bigger than my heart could bear. So please pardon me. INEC, we are waiting for you to give your partners the already prepared result you have prepared for APC. Mahmoud will tonight announcement will be 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. My guy, I know you like all darkness. Ochiman, CM, I know you cannot say it less. Young people they interviewed playing soccer in Nigerian streets said, of course, they've already uploaded results. And if you go to the presidential spokesperson of Labour Party, he said that information reaching them is that INEC has uploaded results already, but they are watching and they are waiting, and everybody should be vigilant. Take a picture of your polling unit results, be there to count the result. They are saying all of them just the same old they did in presidential election. And what happened? They will tell these people to go to court. Who are the judges in the court? The judges are appointed by the APC government. I mean, I am completely lost here. I need some hope somewhere. Let someone borrow me some. I don't have that. I don't see that. I don't see that. Isabel, God will restore the nation and punish every wicked person, lady. I believe so. I believe, Isabel, with this thing you said, as of 4 a.m. my time, my family, they were sleeping. I couldn't sleep. I was in deep thought. I said, Nigeria has a lot of churches. In some areas in Nigeria, you have more than 5 churches in one building. More than 5 churches. They pray a lot in Nigeria. Is it that they are not praying right, that God is not hearing to heal the land? Or are they praying amiss? What is going on with all the prayers? Or is it that the pastors are not even pastors in the first place? Are they fake prophets? With all the churches in Nigeria, you would think by now God would have done something significant that people will know that this is the handwriting of the Lord. But I don't know what to make out of it. It's a very religious country, both Islamic religion and Christianity. So religious country, but still, the level of corruption in Nigeria, you cannot even, if you summon most of the Western countries together, you cannot even come close. Every public parastatal, every public agency is corrupt. There is no exception. You cannot say INEC is not corrupt. Every one of them. So tell me, in the Western world, you say business people, CEOs, you understand, they are greedy, they are corrupt and all of that, but not public servants, not people you call to rule, people that swear, they swore an oath to lead. But no, every governmental agency in Nigeria is corrupt. Every. From Nigeria Youth Service Scheme, which is the youth copper, to the list of it. In fact, INEC right now takes the cherry. INEC takes the cherry. They should give them an award for the most corrupt agency, federal agency in Nigeria. If Nigeria cannot fix it, then fight for restructuring or go back to regional system so that each ethnic group will be able to manage themselves. This is what they should be thinking about now. When Obasanjo was the president of Nigeria, when he was in the hem of affairs, they did a constitutional committee, constitutional whatever. They want to do constitutional amendment. Up until today, nobody ever talked about constitutional amendment, not even Buhari. When Jonathan was there, when Yerodra was there, they tried to talk about it further, but everything squashed after Jonathan. No more constitutional amendment discussion happening in Nigeria, because the constitutional amendment will help with restructuring of Nigeria. They don't want to do that because it suits them very well, where the federal has the highest power, can determine anything without being questioned. Well, who will question who? The person at the bottom is corrupt. The person on top is corrupt. So who is questioning who? It is what it is. People don't want to believe it, but that is exactly what it is. Thank you guys for joining me today. S. Roy say an appalling situation grown by the so-called president-elect Bola Tinubu, a non-Lagosian who deployed his institution of thugs to suppress Lagosians from voting an original Lagosian to be voted in. You can say this again. I don't know where they brought these people because they were marching in their numbers, city by city. I was following from Fadei to Ojo to Ojota, Okota to Surulere. I was like, where are all these young folks coming? Are they all unemployed? Are they all Aboro people? Where are they all coming from? Because somebody that cherish his or her life and respect his family will not be there. And I was like asking myself, how much money did these people pay these young folks to sell their conscience and their country for another 8 years? And then they would say there is no unemployment. You cannot question the authorities if you are part of the corrupt system. I said it here before. Public service calls for an integrity. And if you lack integrity, you have no right to be in public service. And I'm saying this in the case of Lagos state government. If you claim to be competent, to have capability, to be accountable for the citizens of Lagos, there would have been no fear of it. You would have marched to the polls knowing fully well that your scorecard is going to put you there for another 4 years. But no, rather, what they did was to deploy minions to the streets of Lagos to disenfranchise Lagosians of their right to vote, their civic right to vote. That is what is happening in Lagos. All right, so I'm gonna move now to, somebody was asking me, how about the East? Is the only Lagos? This is not the only Lagos. It's happening in Rivers State. It's happening in Enugu State. And in some places in Onitsha, one particular secondary school in Onitsha, they said some thugs came there and carted away the ballot boxes, drove everybody away. What are they fighting for in the East? Some people said, the news I read said, ABGA governorship candidate came and scattered the place. ABGA supposed to be the Eastern Party until Labour Party, P2B Labour Party came and then took over the whole place. With the last election, they now saw that Labour Party has taken over the East. So ABGA is revolting. You can understand it. This Labour Party movement is not just in Lagos. It's cutting across states. Labour Party in the East voted almost for Labour Party. Labour Party in the East won almost all the election because they were not expecting them to win. They did not have structure. Nobody believed in Labour Party. But when the results were counted, they realized that, wow, these people came and swept us out. If care is not taken, they are going to put in their members in the state house and also the governors. And that is what is happening in the East. So for the person in my comment section that asked me a question about the East, is also happening in the East. The ABGA, the one that believed to, claim to be the Eastern Region Party, lost huge during the presidential election. Now they want to take over. That's the ones causing also calamities in the East. Please call the armed and the police officers. Please, all the armed and the police officers are not in the country. See, the police officers were seen beside a party official that was sharing dollars on the election day, the sharing dollars to people that are already on the queue. So tell me, is the police not working hand in hand with the APC in Gombe State? Of course they are. They can't do anything. The one happening in River State, police are there seeing everything. Nobody is making any arrest. Nobody is telling them stop. No. because they know they have the backing, or rather they are coming from the governors, the sitting governors in those states. That's why they are not telling them to back out. It's unfortunate, but that is it. Niger is not a country. Rose Hujo, you can say that again. Niger is not a country anymore. Absolutely. It's not a country anymore. I'm trying to see if I'll have some kind of faith or some kind of hope here. Trending gist is telling me I should not lose faith. I want to believe there is faith and hope somewhere, but right now I'm not seeing that. Kiki said, it may look impossible, but if you give up, you are doomed. Great nations face revolution in order to free themselves. Giving up is not an option. Ha! Thank you so much, Kiki. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This I'm gonna leave this to sit here on display. Thank you for this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kiki. Thank you for this, because this is what I really want to hear. This is what I want to hear. I don't want, after this whole live stream, I will go feeling bad or feeling sad. I want to have that hope that giving up is not an option. So to all the folks listening to me and all the friends watching me, if you're a young person in Nigeria, if you were disenfranchised today from voting, please do not give up hope. Read what I displayed on my screen here, written by one of my contributors today. It may look impossible, but if you give up, you're doomed. Great nations face revolution in order to free themselves. Giving up is not an option. Thank you so much, Kiki, for that. The fight will not be easy. Thank you, Trending G's. The fight will not be easy. Our vote does not count in Nigeria, so no hope. Hi, yeah, Kola. Ireyemi Kola. I'm trying to wake up my faith, because exactly what you said, that was how I woke up. I got up to come and do this live stream. Kiki said, remember, oh my goodness, remember, these corrupt fools will never live without a fight. They had to be forced out. Nigeria breed criminals. Oh my goodness. Isabel, there is no government in Nigeria, but God will restore the nation and punish every wicked leader. I love that faith. I love that faith. Emeka is saying that INEC is a scam. Hey, Tina, I saw her. Thank you for being here. Amazing. Sisi Yemi of all people. Yes, so Sisi Yemi was disenfranchised today. She did not vote because they said she looks like Igbo woman. So they didn't let her in to vote. She was explaining to them, my name is Sisio. This is who I am. I'm a Lagosian. They did not let her to vote. Emeka is calling Nigeria zoo. Of course, you have the right to call it that, because it's unfortunate. I laugh. Anybody who has hope in this country is a joker. The country is irredeemable. That is an absolute truth. When Nnamdi Kanu talks, they say he's talking rubbish. Frank China, you just finished word. You just finished work here. I'm still trying to gather hope. You're just breaking the table without any reservation. Oh my goodness. Charles Duru said, you just have to hold it together. Keep hope, keeps us alive. Thank you so much, Charles, for this encouragement. Thank you. I know you feel terribly bad, but doing nothing and stop fighting will not cut it. The evil will never live without you guys. Finding a way to get rid of them. Thank you guys for these amazing consolation words. Thank you guys for this encouragement. I really, really need it this morning. I believe a lot of people watching and a lot of folks that are feeling the way I'm feeling, losing hope, not even having anything to hold on to, will really be encouraged by your contribution today. Thank you guys. Toscan said, nothing like God to restore hope. It's left for you to all to rise up and fight. Nothing like God to fight for you. You are so right. This is not the time. God has done everything he has to do. The rest is for human to say, we reject this oppression. We reject what is happening. If it means going to court, we are going to go to court. If it means defending our vote, defending our right as citizens of the country, we are absolutely ready to do that. You're so right. Thank you for that contribution. Let me read what Wale says here. You didn't say this rubbish when a Yoruba man was dragged and beaten for trying to vote APC in Imo State last presidential election. People see, Ojo, if you're here to call names, I'm gonna block you. I can't. you can't even add to my pain because you're the least of it, okay? If I had that news, I would have reported that news here. I am not in any way supporting any party. I don't hold any party's card. I'm not even allowed to vote. I am speaking my mind. So if you're here to talk rubbish, this is last warning to you, and I need you to get out of here in peace before you get blocked. All right. Sometimes I wonder if Nigeria truly have a president, or is there no one sitting as a. They have a president. The man is tired. He wants to leave. The man is so tired. He can't care more about Nigeria. He doesn't care anymore. He's waiting patiently for May 29th for him to hand over. That is what he doesn't even care who he hands over right now. He's tired. He's tired. He can't rule anymore. Even the information making the news said it's been the cabal that have been ruling Nigeria for him. That is the state Nigeria is. It's unfortunate that is the truth. God left Nigeria in 1967, almost came back with P2B. He's packing up to go and leave again. You just made me laugh, and I love it. I love the fact that you cracked me up with this. Charles Duru said that God left Nigeria in 1967. 67 was when civil war happened in Nigeria. That God almost came back with P2B, but God is packing up to leave now. Thank you for this comic. I really like it because it kind of made me laugh because I needed to laugh. I needed some kind of hope, ray of hope, even if it's small. That's exactly what I need right now. Faith manifests by doing. God will not come from heaven to do this for you. You must fight while God gives you helping hand. Absolutely, absolutely. I love this courage, guys. Folks watching me and those that are going to come to listen to this live stream, please know there is faith. My contributors today in the comment section are very optimistic. There is still light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're there losing hope in Nigeria, please, someone on the courage to believe. Let's believe there is still light at the end of the tunnel. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you guys so immensely. My take is that the court needs to declare this election null and void and form a unity government until your nation will find a way. If the youth cannot succeed in this, no one can. Please hold on. That is the fact. But will the court do what you're advising, Kiki? I don't see that happening. The court is not, they are all doing the biddings of their master, who is the president. Okay, so the court is answerable to the president, and the Nigerian system is kind of a structure to be independent, kind of the judiciary, the legislative, and the executive. They are structured to be independent, but I'm here to bust your bubble. They are not independent. The president appoints all the position, and they are answerable to the president. I don't even believe in the court system anymore. I was called to Nigerian bar. I am a solicitor of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. When I was taking the oath to uphold the integrity of Nigeria as a lawyer, I was so filled with joy when I came out from law school. It was like the sky was no longer the limit, that we're gonna go above the sky. We're gonna make changes for our motherland, Nigeria. That was when they handed us our certificate, when we went to Supreme Court to get that authority. Because after the call to bar event, the next day you're supposed to go to Supreme Court, whereby you're going to sign your name in the register as the solicitor of Supreme Court. You understand? You sign your name in when we were doing all of those in Nigeria, in Abuja, we had hope to make changes. But look at it, many years down the line after I've been called to the bar, I don't believe in the judiciary. That is the height of it. I don't believe in the judiciary. I should be part of the judiciary, but I don't believe in the judiciary because they have failed me times without numbers. On individual basis, on the government basis, they have failed. Where am I going to talk about? If I'm going to make reference, the Imo State governor is not supposed to be there. As the sitting governor of Imo State, he was forced down by the court on the people. His name was never even in the primaries of his own party, but he was picked by the federal. Then they went to court. The court forced him down on people. Then you want me to believe in the judicial system? I don't believe in Nigeria judicial system anymore. But I want to believe there is still some hope somewhere. I want to believe there is at least one judge in the Court of Appeal that will be upright. I want to believe that at least one. Out of the 7 of them, let there be one that will be upright. Because if that one gives a different opinion, that means the decision of the rest will not hold. I want to believe that. I want to believe that. I really want to believe there is hope in the judicial system. I want to believe there is. P2B is in court. P2B ordered, and the court of appeal ordered INEC to allow P2B inspect the election materials, the beavers, the results of the presidential election. They did not do that from the time the court gave them the order. They refused until they now started asking for movement before they granted them access on Tuesday of this week. I have been following. I did not sit back because I want to believe that the judiciary will save their face and act as an independent entity. But unfortunately, they did not. INEC did not obey that order until it deemed them fit. When they have finished configuring the whole beaver, that was when they obeyed the order. So if you tell me that they respect the court in Nigeria, the judicial system, INEC would have granted those people access to those materials before they started configuration. But no, because they know they have the immunity to prosecution, just like one of my contributors said here. That was why they had to configure first before giving Labour Party and their team access to beaver. We all know what it is to configure a system. I don't need to come here and start defining it anymore. We all know what it is. So with that kind of scenario, I don't want to believe there is independency of the judicial system. But prove me wrong. All right. Thank you guys for being here, all of you. Thank you guys immensely. Stanley Winter, good morning, guys. You should forget about Nigeria electoral process and go and hustle for yourself and your family. Yeah, I know, hustle for yourself and your family. I understand that, but the thing is, you still need government. You need a functional government, a government that will understand that the citizens matter, a government that will see that the affairs of its citizens are taken care of. No matter how you hustle, I'm going to give you a scenario. When I was a banker in Nigeria, I had a customer. He deals with steel rods. That's what he deals with. Sometimes he brings them from overseas, and this guy happened to do what? Run on generators. Sometimes, at some point, they started manufacturing in Lagos. Okay, the company runs on diesel. This man has loans in terms of millions of loans from the bank, which he was servicing. He came to the bank one day. As an account officer, I had to listen to him. He said, his problem is that he is not making profit. When we looked at his balance sheet, this guy is not making profit. Guess where his money, the profit is going? To run the company. He has to rely on diesel to run his factory. Every machine he has as a businessman run on diesel. So tell me, Stanley, tell me, whether you hustle for yourself and the government of the day is not putting infrastructures for you to have a better life, that your hustle will yield less results. You might hustle and make all the money, and the kidnappers are there to hold your family member to ransom because there is insecurity in the country. So the thing is that you can't look away. You have to demand for what is right. As a citizen, you should hold your public servants accountable. But when people are busy collecting money to vote for them, you have soiled your hands in corruption. And for that reason, you cannot voice out your opinion. But when you uphold integrity, that will be the only time You can ask them questions. You can tell them to defend the budget they presented. So you can't tell me they should go and hustle for them and their family. You might hustle all you like and for you have a beautiful mansion, but is the sleep in the night guaranteed when there are no police officers? Is the way to your city tied? Is the road tarred? The road to your home tarred? Can you walk down your street at 12 midnight? Because there is no security, you cannot do that. So turning a blind eyes or looking the other way is not the way to go about it. Nigerians are hustlers. At the same time, they need good governance and they should demand for it. All right, thank you guys for being here. Odion said under police watch, thugs snatch ballot buses. You can say that again. We have been seeing it happening. Pastor CJ, APC is the problem we have in this country. Pastor CJ, welcome to my live stream. This is the first time I'm seeing you. Thank you for being here. In Lagos, Agboro have police escort. Whoa, okay. You can see Agboro, that's Touts, they have police escort in Lagos. Wow. INEC has deployed police to Sambisa Forest. Odion, it's good to have humor to this because I started this live stream with so much tears in my eyes. And because I have lost sleep, I haven't slept since morning following Nigerian election. And my time now is 16 minutes past 10 a.m. So imagine for how long I've been awake following this. I was heartbroken. I was so, my heart was heavy. My heart was bleeding. I was watching the news, watching events unfold. I started crying at some point. I picked up I said, no, I nearly did not come on live. I said, no, you can't disappoint your folks, your friends, your family on social media. You have to come out here. So I summoned on the courage to come out here. And in the process, I started tearing up because I lacked hope. But Kiki, in the comments here, has given me some element of hope to believe in. And Trending Gist is also encouraging me there is still hope, that the fight is on. You don't have to throw in the towel. So let's keep the faith alive. Hopefully something will happen. Nigeria is not a nation. This is Yemi talking. Nigeria is a combination of many nations. Absolutely. I agree with you. It's a combination of many nations. They brought in the people from the north, the east, and the south, and they merged them together and called them Nigeria by the British colonies, who got the name from his girlfriend. Since you are working on the Niger area of then call it Nigeria. That was how Nigeria and the name was formed. Nigeria is not a country. It's a nation it's many nations in one. They should as well let them go. Just like it was in the Bible time, Pharaoh, let my people go. If you don't want these people, let them go. But why are they not letting them go? Because there is resources from the east. That's why they don't want to let them go. If they let them go, they've already made investment. They've bought all the oil blocks in Nigeria. So how are they going to lose their thing? So there is so much entanglement going on in that country. And that's why they don't want others to leave. They want them, you must remain in Nigeria by crook, by chance, whether you like it or not. You must be in Nigeria by force. Whether it's working or it's not working, you are going nowhere. And that is what they are doing. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. I'm going to drop my link if you want to contribute to this conversation. Pardon me, I forgot. I carried on with all the emotions discussing Nigeria. So if you want to contribute to this conversation, jump in on the link. Let's hear you out. Send in your own contribution on the link. Let me hear what you have to say. Jump to the panel here with me to discuss Nigeria. Like I said in my topic, will Nigeria ever get election right? Let's discuss. So the floor is open. If you want to lend your voice, this is the opportunity for you to lend your voice. And if you're meeting me for the first time, thank you for joining me here. Don't forget to like this live stream for me. That's the best you can do for me. Don't forget to share this live stream as well. And don't forget, you can also super chat me to encourage me on live streams like this. And at the same time, your contribution is most valued. That is what you can do for me today. Thank you guys for being here. All right. Nigeria can not get it. Anthony is very, 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 very straight to the point. He said they can never get it. It's unfortunate that that's how Nigerians are feeling about Nigeria. And you don't blame them because the government of the day and the people at the helms of the affairs, they have continuously disappointed the masses, the citizens. If you are one of the people, if you are one of the people that believe there can be good, you must stand up. You must stand up to be violence and taken by force. I want to believe what you mean. If you believe that there is still good in Nigeria, you have to stand up for it. You have to defend your vote. You have to put in your own input. That is what he's trying to say here. All right. Number to call in. I don't have any number to call in. I don't use calling on my live stream. But if you want to add your contribution, there is a link I dropped here. Click on the link and join the conversation. All right. So let me see where I am now. I hope I haven't missed any contribution today. Okay, let's see. Buhari is not tired. He is the grand patron of Fulani jihadis. He's trying to fulfill the agenda of Usman Danfodi. That's what everybody keep telling me when I said, everybody keep telling me this, Yemi. That's the same thing I've heard from discussions with, brilliant minds. They keep telling me that. I don't want to go down the history and start remembering what I read about Usman Danfodi, but I will think that Nigeria is moving forward. We can't just be going backward. Let's move forward. Let's charter this court for the young people, for the generations unborn, and for the good people of Nigeria. Let them have the faith to believe there is something good that will come out of Nigeria at the end of the day. Yemi is on fire today. Nigeria is not our motherland. Igbo know where their land is. The same with Yoruba, Hausa, and TV. Yemi, you don't go kill me today. Oh my God, let me laugh, please. Let me laugh. Blessing, fantastic. Thank you for joining me. Interesting analysis host. Thank you, Trending G's with Octavia. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Go to court, go to court. This is lawless country. Go to court, go to court. That's what Mr. President was telling them. If you do not like the election, go to court. They went to court. INEC refused to obey the orders of the court. And Mr. President did not say anything. It's unfortunate. The international investors doesn't seem to like Tinubu. They preferred Mr. Obi because of his plans for Nigeria. I read the Times of London wrote about Obi and hope that Nigeria will get it right. You are so right. I don't even know what to make out of it, but it's unfortunate what is happening. I want to believe that the case in court right now, that the judiciary will have the iota of truth in them to do the right thing, because the election is completely flawed. They cannot tell me that is a free and fair election. The processes the INEC deployed is completely flawed. So based on that, that particular presidential election should be null and void, and a new election should be stated. But I don't know. I don't know anything right now that is going to happen. I'm not even seeing anything, but you guys are here giving me hope, making me to believe there is still light at the end of the tunnel. I want to believe that God is fighting for us. A blessing, fantastic. See, I'm tired of this God fighting for people. I am. It's not in my live stream. I'm a believer of Christ, okay? I believe in God, but this God is fighting for us. I am tired of hearing it. That is Nigerian system. That is Nigerian slogan. God, everything God, God. Where citizens should demand for something, they expect God to do it for them. That is not a way things are done. People want a Nigeria to be like America, but I don't know how many of those people desiring Nigeria to be like America in terms of their democracy have taken the time to read about American history. Every right people got in this country was not free. To sit in a public transportation, a woman refused to give up her seat in those days. Those are the things you have to do. You don't wait for God to come from heaven. So I'm sorry to react this way to you, fantastic. It has nothing to do with you as a person, but that is Nigerian slogan, and seriously, I am tired of it. If the people cannot demand by telling the government, we want to go to court, this election is null and void, we don't believe in this election, We don't trust this election. It's not free. It's not fair. If people cannot demand that, God in his infinite wisdom cannot come down to demand that for people. He has given human beings the right to have their own mind, to understand things, especially things that they are experiencing. People, we have minds, we have brains, we are brilliant people. Nigerians are brilliant. When you see them overseas, they excel. So this is not God. People should take this matter very seriously. All right, guys. All right. Amalgamation happened in it expired in 2014. You would think after 2014 they would have turned the paper, because that's the 100 years of whatever. They would have turned the paper and say, every region to your tent, O Israel. No, they cannot do that, because the people in the north feel they don't have enough mineral resources to sustain the country. Remember, Nigeria is a country that solely depends on oil. Solely depend on oil. And where is the oil? Oil is in the south, is in the east. So based on that, they don't want to let these people go. All right. The Kiki wrote again, APC government, if they come back into power, they will take Nigeria backwards with more than 10 years. This is really bad for the nation. See, Kiki, when I was weeping in the early hours today, you were with me from the beginning. When I was here, turning red before my screen, that is what I know. What you just said is what is going to happen. But I don't know if people are saying it. However, let me welcome a brilliant mind here to discuss this with me. The one and only, my model extraordinary, my brilliant microbiologist. Thank you for joining me here today, Trending Gist with Octavia. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, host. Host, you almost made me cry. I was looking at you, you were tearing up. I was like, oh my God, this is what I said even before this thing started. Let's not put our emotion. It is hard, I know, but let's not do it. If we do it, we're not going to make it. You know, because I like looking at things with the, the broader picture of everything. We're trying to battle people that they've mastered the craft of wickedness, greed, zero conscience, no human sympathy, feeling, or anything. So if we were talking to people that had a little bit of sympathy, a little bit of, oh my God, if this is done to me, how will I feel? Then we know that, okay, it's going to be an easy battle.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the level of wickedness, that I refer to these people as principalities. This is not just simple powers. These are principalities and powers in high places. And in order to battle them, just like you said something that really, I was like, yes, you just nailed it. When you talk about the system in Nigeria, that you don't believe in the system anymore, the judiciary and all of that. You are 100% correct. They have planted their people everywhere. It's not by the competence of, okay, this person has been to school, read this course, and the person mastered everything, and this person is good for this position, and we elect that person. No, it's by who you know. It's by godfatherism. The man you mentioned in Lagos that is running his mouth, talking nonsense. Don't people know who that man is? Why is he still moving around free? I'm talking about the Olumo something guy.
Yeah.
Why is people like that? Why are they able to say things like that and they are still left to go scot-free? You mentioned about the man that was paying people dollars, and we had the Nigerian police. If you know anything about a policeman, that's the last thing you want to do where a policeman is. The last thing you want to do is commit a crime.
Yeah.
It's like you see police people standing in front of a bank and you walk with a gun into the bank to go rob the bank. You cannot do that anywhere else in the world.
Yeah.
But because of the way our people, Oga, take this $500, take this 500 pounds, and immediately they will tell you black is white. So this is not a fight that anybody should think that is going to end in a short while. It's not a fight that's going to be won in 1 year, in one election. But the good thing that we should be happy And I want Nigerians that are fighting for the right thing, those are people I'm talking to, not the principalities, be happy that the seed has been planted. That's the fight that people fought for a long time, to plant that seed. And they did not allow that ground, that soil, to be dug. But today, as we speak, the soil has been dug, the seed has been planted. And let's say thank you to somebody like Peter Obi that stood and said, use me, because people knew that when you say use me, it is a suicide mission.
Yeah.
So for him to say, use me, he knows what can happen. He has family, he has his wife, and children.
Yes.
He has relatives, he has loved ones, he has a mother, father, whether dead or alive. What I'm saying is he has people that love him. He has people from his state where he served, and they felt he did a good job. They want him to be alive and do good things for his state. But he looked and said, I want the nation to benefit from what my state benefited when I was there.
Yeah.
So the seed we have planted, people made it as a meme. And some people were saying Nigeria is not so. I said, allow these people to make it as a meme and as a joke. It will help with depression also. But you see people now going to shake hands. Things they never did before. All they did was to give you 1 cup of gari, 1 cup of rice, one tin tomato, what else, But today people are coming down to now even go to church,
to shops, to shake hands with ordinary Nigerians.
Exactly, to show that they are common people. We know that these are not common people. They've never presented themselves as common people. They've never understood the pain of a common man. Peter Obi cried on TV and people laughed at him. And I said, yes, why won't you laugh? Because you are one of those principalities. So you cannot feel people's pain, not because he doesn't have money to feed his family, not because he cannot fly his whole family and relatives out from Nigeria, but because he felt the pain of that lady that could not buy something as common as that.
A sewing machine, yes.
Exactly. So he cried. Not because the money in his pocket cannot buy 1 million sewing machine if he wants. So let's be happy that seed we have planted it with blood. We saw the woman that her photo trended, that her face, they broke her face or her head or something. We saw people that were beaten, Choma Chukuk and the rest of them.
Yes.
We saw. So the seed has been planted. It will take time. All we need is we have to keep watering that seed.
Co-host, see,
yeah.
I want to address something before I get something. Akman Joseph, thank you for being here. You said we cannot get election right we can get election right only when we take away our polling unit from schools, streets, local government council, and other government institutions. Let me address this. America is a country known for their democracy and all of that, and they televise everything for everybody to see. They use their schools for polling units. It's not the structure, you understand, where those things are done. It's not the structure. Nigeria hasn't gotten to the point of doing electoral voting, in the sense you go electronically to vote. They can't do mail order votes, whereby they will mail you the voting card to your house, you send it back. The postal system is not working. So they are still doing the regular thing, which Western world, a civilized society do. They still do it in the US. They use their elementary schools for the voting polls. And when you come there, you're not seeing a single policeman on any polling unit. Not one, no single policeman. You walk in there, you see election officials, they will wave at you. Hi, okay, which residence location are you from? They will tell you, okay, this side or this side. You check your name according to your zip code. You walk in there, get a queue online and get things done in less than 10 minutes. You're out. They still do that. So that is not the problem. It's not the structures, it's not the buildings that is our problem. Our problem is human problem. And until we get it right, just like my co-host is saying, then we cannot get it right. Then co-host, coming to what you're talking about the lives of Choma Chukwuka we saw, you're talking about all the things we saw. Do you know some people passed in the last election? There was somebody that I think it was in Rivers State that the person died. I was having a conversation with somebody who is from Rivers State. That was on Thursday. So we were trying to catch up. We haven't spoken for a while. So I said, yes, the election is happening on Saturday. And this day that I was telling her, trust me, with the way it was in presidential election, a lot of people are going to be injured. A lot of people some people might die. Some people are going to have their head broken. They are going to cut away with ballot boxes. This was what I was saying in my conversation on Thursday. My husband was listening to me say, this your country. That's how he refers to Nigeria. This your country. So
it's really your country, and only you get out.
It's only me get out. As a matter of fact, it's only me. So what is happening today? I had this conversation 2 days ago. My husband was surprised when I was talking to that person, saying all the things I was saying. How am I sure they are going to be all of this? I say, I know be Niger. He said, anyway, it's been a long time I left. I don't know how things operating. That's your country. You understand? So you can understand it. People came out in mass to vote in the presidential election. Today, most of them stayed back. When I heard about Sisi Yemisi's video, when I watched her video that she was disenfranchised in her polling unit because the Agboros there told her that she looks like an Igbo woman. And for that reason, she was defending herself, telling the people, I am a Yoruba woman and I came to vote. They say, no, you're not coming in. You're not going to vote. And then you tell me that they regarded that woman as a citizen of Nigeria. So Nigeria now belongs to a very few that believe in the APC thing. Is that what they are trying to tell us, host?
Is it only that? Or another thing, host, we will look at it as our people are not willing to learn. People allow tribalism. What do you mean by she looks like an Igbo person? Really, what do you mean by that kind of nonsense statement? That's the first thing we should be asking. So what? An Igbo person is not a Nigerian, so the person cannot vote. Make it make sense. Is it by force to vote the person from your party, even if we're from the same family, the same mother, the same father? The way you see things and the way I see things will not be the same. So we might not end up voting for the same person. You understand?
Yes.
But the thing is, if we say we practice democracy, we should be able to vote for whoever we want to vote for and come back home and not fight. So what do you mean by you're not going to get into the voting place because you look like somebody from the East? But if our people had Agbero or no Agbero, if you want to learn something, you go learn something. Nobody should hide under the level of Agbero or no Agbero. As far as you know ABCD, you can put one or two, three words together. There are things you understand. These days, you don't even need to know how to read. There are audio books that somebody else is reading it. All you need is your ear to hear and learn. So there's no excuse. But because our people they refuse to learn, that's why you can come up on election day with this tribalism thing. That's why we have to start nipping this thing on the bud from the grassroots.
From the grassroots.
Yoruba man feels I'm a Yoruba, so Igbo people go to Igbo land. This one go there, this one go there. Tomorrow you want something, that thing is being provided by only an Igbo person. That time you will not know that thing is Igbo person. When you go to hospital and it's an Igbo doctor and your child is dying, why don't you go and look for Yoruba doctor?
Ask me. You know,
when you go to the market and all these things they sell, they are importer, exporter, cocoa water, everything. Why do you buy from them? Are those things not being imported by Igbos? So when it comes to your belly structure, Igbo no matter. When it comes to the one that you think is not important to you or doesn't affect you directly, now you want to be a Yoruba man or whatnot.
See, host, let's drive this thing home. You remember when the train hit the bus in Lagos? It happened last week. Somebody tweeted they were asking for people to come and donate blood. So people were coming, whether Hausa, Yoruba, and all of that. Everybody, we are all coming to donate blood in the Lagos Teaching Hospital. Somebody now tweeted, I think it was Ufoma mascot or whatever. She tweeted,
the Nollywood actress.
Yes, now they are asking people to come and donate blood. They are not screening the blood, whether you're Yoruba blood, Hausa blood, Tifi blood, Igbo blood.
Exactly.
All they want is blood to save life.
To save life.
Why can't Nigeria live beyond this tribalistic thing?
Even football, host, even football. All of them are Man U fan. All of them are Chelsea fan. Whether Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa, when they all come together when they want to watch nonsense football that doesn't benefit you anything as far as you're not the player. So the money is not. But they don't. But then when something that is as important as this, I'm so sorry that I'm stressing. I'm so worked up and my voice is so loud. Something that is as important as the future of your children, generations upon generation. Now you're bringing in tribalism.
Host, can you read what Kingsley wrote here? Kingsley James. Kingsley James, please.
Sometimes I don't like the way Labour Party behave. Normally, they should hire their own talk to snatch ballots. Two wrongs
Kingsley,
can make a right. Now
Kingsley,
that's the thing.
please, I think God beg you. So they should. We're trying to correct the anomalies, and you're saying the other people should do the
Exactly.
same.
To do
That
the
means the
same.
place is crumbled. Let me read what Obieze personally said. Obieze
Okay.
was referring to the governor of Lagos State. He said, "In your desperation for power, you
Yes.
design a coordinated web of criminal gangs to kill and maim your citizens
Wow.
who did no wrong whatsoever, and tomorrow you go to church and call the name of God. I
Yeah.
can assure you that chewing concrete as salad would be a child's play."
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's still happening as we speak. It's still happening. They're beginning to collate some of the results. But unfortunately, what we
Yeah.
are seeing is not making sense. What we are
It will
seeing
be
is,
like the previous one, no?
yeah, it's not making sense. Look at people being disenfranchised from one city to the other, from one city to the other, the whole of Lagos State. You cannot say this is a place you go, you have peaceful election. Sisi Yemi lives in Lekki. I don't know if her own polling unit was, I can't remember her own polling unit number, but look at,
Okay.
there's something another person, the guy, he's a Nollywood actor. He acted with in Castle and Castle, which is in Netflix, as the son
Oh.
of Richard Moffett Damijo. His name is
Oh.
Daniel Lagray. He said,
Mm.
honestly, if you support APC, you are complicit. I do
Oh.
not respect you. I don't want you around me. There is no room for neutrality in this. This is,
Yeah.
he called it out for what it is. You
Yeah.
cannot keep quiet when, because it's your party, they are doing a lot of things to people because people do not agree on the same political ideas, and you
Yeah.
keep quiet. People should speak out. Somebody came here, and I think Fantastic, I can't remember her second name. She was saying
Okay.
that God is going to. I said, no, no, no. Gone are the days God is gonna do this. God is going to do this. Okay. God has given all Nigerians the smart brain He created them with. They are brilliant people. This is the
Yeah.
time for them to demand what is right. Tell the government of the day that this is not a free or fair election. As a citizen, that you reject the election result. You reject what is going on. It's now left for you to do. God
Yeah.
cannot come down in His glory, come down in person to say, okay, Buhari, I'm unseating you today because you have not been behaving. No.
True.
People
He has
should,
given us everything we need. What else do we need?
I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
not by going to church and fasting. I said it the last time. It's not by going to church and fasting for 365 days. It still won't change anything. What you need, you have. It's right there in front of you. Make use of it.
Yeah. I really pray that people will understand that their future is what is being toyed with. Okay, the future of their children is what is being toyed with. I was reading 2 days ago on Linda Ikeji. A
Yeah.
young man posted, I lost my sister at the emergency unit because they did not have space. They did
You
not
can
treat,
imagine.
they take it. So the girl she was alive when she got to the hospital. They could
Hi.
not even take her out of the car. She died in the car waiting for emergency units. What is emergency anyway?
That means we don't have emergency unit now. What is emergency
Period.
if there's no emergency, if there's no space?
That's the period. Emergency is where you attend to the emergency people that are in critical condition immediately. Every other person with minor thing, they will be coming to check on, but those with critical condition. So when
Yeah.
this guy posted that, crying and showing the sisters the way she laid in the car, and that was the end of it. Is a young lady, young
You
girl. I'm
can
not even sure
imagine.
she's in her 20s. She's a young girl. I
Wow.
said another Nigeria has happened to another person. Nigeria has happened to this
Yeah.
promising young girl. What will you tell her family? There is a country called Nigeria. It's not that they did not make it to the hospital. Maybe an oxygen could have saved that girl's life. If at all they wheeled her in and attended to her. I don't know where to start with Nigeria. Rashid is telling us divide Nigeria to save lives. They are not willing, Rashid. They are not willing.
They will never do that. What are you dividing? What are you dividing? Look at, before people say this, you have to look at it deep, critically, do critical thinking analysis. Even an idiot won't do it. So don't even think that these people will do it. They know what they don't want to let go. So they will never, ever let it happen. So all we need to battle is how to get it to a place where reasonable people are holding positions that matters most in the nation.
Yes, absolutely.
From the president to House of Senate, House of Rep, the governor of the 36, 35 states, how many of them? 36 states. It has to be a majority of them, because we cannot just get all the 36 state governors to be reasonable. We will always have some of those that are like Wiki of Rivers State that embarrass the people of Rivers State. So we will always have those, but let's fight to get a higher number of people that knows the pain of the masses. They are electing Senate President, House of Rep, even local government chairman should not be a selfish person. That should be the goal of everybody. But if you're aiming for division, they won't do it. They will never let it happen.
Host, when Peter Obi came out talking about integrity, competence, and all of that, talking about how to save money, is not something some people in Nigerian government want to hear. They want to hear where they have the opportunity to get into the position to cut their own national cake, because Nigerian treasure.
That's why they hate him.
That's why they hate him. Now that he did not succeed in the presidential election, though they are still in court, and I want to believe there is still something left in the judicial system. There is still something left, though my majority of my faith is telling me no. What I'm holding on is just 1% of my faith on 91% out of 100. So let me hold on to that 1% until they prove me otherwise. Then
there is, but the thing is, the forces, the masses of people are on the other side, are on the wrong path. So even that 1%, they force them by force to press them down and push them down in order to silence them. I remember when my father was zonal director, post-primary schools board in my state. So he's in charge of the money, paying salaries and all those kind of things in his zone, where he was responsible for. And then according to him, he started noticing that the money that was coming in was more than the money that was required for the people working and all of that. So what he does is he pays and he returns the remaining back. You know what? All of it, they started telling him that he should not come here and make them look bad. That if he doesn't want to keep the money as the head, let him turn his face before something bad will happen to him.
Imagine.
So he said, I wash my hands off this. I will take what we need to pay everybody, and I know that everybody is being paid. Whatever you want to do with the rest, don't get me involved. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see. Not when I'm around here. So that's how until he left office. And when they were even offering him if he should come and, they wanted to give him another position in the state, he said, never. Anything that will bring me close to politics, even if you give me for free, I won't take it. Wow. I cannot deal with that. My conscience will not.
Okay, host, let me pause you here. You see where the problem is. You see how they frustrated him. He gave up.
Yes.
He didn't want to have anything to do with it. And then those evil people will continue to be there because they don't value human life. They are ready to go to any extent to buy somebody.
To silence you,
You understand? So they will continue to be there. Then somebody will come and tell me there is hope. I don't see that hope. I am sorry. I don't see the hope. I'm not seeing it. I really hope I can. Kiki has encouraged me here, and I'm trying to encourage myself because I'm a believer of faith. But unfortunately, I'm not seeing it. I want to use the opportunity as well to welcome Niger Daughter. Thank you for being here. Zberry, Thank you, Choma Ebere. Thank you guys for being here. Look at what everybody's saying. Benjamin Okosun said, Nigeria is finished. Oh. Is this an election? Choma Ebere is saying, this is selection, not election. Then Maxwell said, Nigeria is the worst failed country in Africa. Many of us, that means he's not a Nigerian, but maybe he's an African. Many of us look up to Nigeria, but they have failed Africa over and over. Stop talking about democracy. It never found in Nigeria. APC has failed Nigeria. Unfortunately, they really don't care. They don't know shame. They don't know, they wear shame as clothes. They don't care anymore. They don't care how they got into power. They don't care who they maimed, who they did, who they pied, who they did anything to get there. All they want is to be in power. That's all they want. If the governor of Lagos State, you've ruled for 4 years, you understand?
Yeah.
If you believe you were competent, that you did your city well, your state well, you will not be afraid for second election.
At all.
Your scorecard will put you back there.
Absolutely.
But because they were so afraid of the youth that voted for Labour Party. That's why they had these meetings or meeting MC was having with group of Agboros from one section to the other, and then empower them to go into the street and tell people not to even come out if you're not voting for APC. Why would you be allowed to be intimidated in your own country? You would think by now everybody will be carrying placard, or everybody will be speaking, posting videos on social media, saying, okay, I came to vote, I did not vote. I want to really applaud the persons of Sisi Yemi that was confident to record her own scenario and put it out there.
I saw Choma's video too.
Choma put her own out there, but assuming 1 million Nigerians were doing the same thing, don't you think that would be a voice to reckon with?
It's better, yeah.
It's not just.
I think they did more in presidential election. I'm not sure why they're not doing so much in the gubernatorial elections.
They're already tired. Nigerians, they give up so quickly when it comes to government. Everybody will go back to their bases to start struggling and hustling for themselves and their family.
Just like someone said here in the comment section, that hustle for your family, but it's not safe. You can't even sleep. So you remember the other lady that came on the live stream the last time during the presidential election? She talked about how her shop and other people's shop were burnt down. People have invested all their lives. So if the government is not doing right, your business will have issues.
Absolutely. Just because Labour Party won in Lagos, they burned Igbo people's shop. Look at the one that happened in Motor Pass place. They went and burned the whole place down by 3 a.m. in the midnight in Lagos. Now, what the governor did was to quickly go there and then gave them hundreds of millions and then promised to rebuild, and they started doing foundation immediately so that he can capture their votes. And I was in the comment section of that news saying, you better go and cash that money and put it in your Traders Association account. In case, if the guy says he's not coming to do, at least you will use this to rebuild by yourself, because they are not going to do it. Even if they are going to do it, it will take them 3 years to even start. So a lot of people are going hungry now. Their stores are burnt. They don't have money. They don't have businesses anymore. And their families, they can't even feed their families anymore. All because they voted for a different party. I've never seen anything like that.
But host, I feel different concerning this, in that a lot of people are focusing on the fact that APC is the problem. I don't think it's a party thing, because look at the people in APC. Are they not the same people that left from PDP? Mm-hmm. And most of them, so it's just a crossover thing. They are all the same. The only person that has, and it has nothing to do with Labour Party also, because maybe if we look into Labour Party, we will find some Agberos there too. But now it's just that one person. So you see the weight that only one person carries, which is the Peter Obi. That man alone has made Labour Party to look like the Saints Party, like the best party we have in the nation. So if everybody can actually put their head down and do the right thing, then we will have people like this in all the parties, and we can start from there to fix the problem. But if anyone is looking at this thing as this fight, we win it in this election, this year, 2023, and that's it. It will not happen that way. The fight is not going to be won in the next 3 years, not even in the next 10 years.
See,
Because the bad eggs are too many. You can't sweep all of them out just like that. And some of them are ready to shed blood like it's water.
Yeah. Okay, host, I want to ask you a question. We know the problem. The problem is human problem. Nigerian problem is human problem. Why am I saying it's human problem? And don't think that it's just happening in Nigeria. Nigerians, they need serious reorientation. Give me 1 second.
All right. All right, so let me keep it going while the host is busy over there. So what I'm going to say to everyone is, do not give up at this point. It is not a fight that will be won in the next 10 years. Ready?
Yeah, sorry about that. My family, they're beginning to wake up now. So, and they pick up something here. So what I'm saying is that Nigerians, as citizens, they need reorientation. Yes. I can't stress this enough. I've been saying this since I came to social media, you understand, to learn my own voice. They need reorientation, and it should start from age 3. Age 3, to teach the people patriotism, how to be a patriotic Nigerian. Teach them, in the US, the kids, they will teach them about their country. They will teach them about oath of allegiance, national anthem, and every word is being read to be understood. When you listen to American anthem, the place that will make you, that will bring your hope back in the anthem. When they will say that when they looked, because their anthem was gotten during the war, when they looked and the country's flag was still flying, that means there was hope for them. So they should be able to start from age 3 for reorientation. Why am I saying Nigerian problem is Nigerians? Nigerians, like I said before, from the people at the bottom collecting the $200 to go and vote for their candidate, to the person on top giving the money, everybody in Nigeria needs reorientation. Everybody. How that is going to be achieved, I don't know. And guess what, host? They take that Nigerian attitude and take it overseas, some of them. Some of them will come overseas. Look at what is happening in the US. They are cleaning the nurses out. As we speak right now, 73 of them are going through trials. 73 Nigerian nurses with falsification of what? Certificate and all of that. So you can understand is the thing, the people, they are the ones that need this reorientation. Because the very few people that are still sane, that still believe in integrity, that still have some integrity left, like Peter Obi, you will just come. It's like dropping a pin. You understand? Or maybe throwing a cup of water in the ocean. It's not going to make sense because there are very few good ones. Very few. But the thing is this, why I want to believe there is still hope. If only they can give those few good ones the opportunity of leadership, they might make some changes. They might wake up some people's consciousness to be able to do the right thing. To understand when you get into public service, if you get into public service, you are what? To be held accountable. If that your local government, if that your constituency, that the citizens you're representing, if they are not represented well, you'll be held accountable. But the thing is that the majority of the folks, like you said, they are not willing for this change. And a lot of young folks get tired so quickly. Let me be just like one of my contributors stated today. Nigeria is not a whatever. You should just go and hustle for your family. You will hustle all of those things. You build your mansion, but the road to enter your mansion is not hard. You don't have electricity. You're using diesel to power. You understand? So when you look at it, you can even make sense out of it. Why are they not desiring for a better Nigeria? Why do they want same old, same old? Why do they want this organ and master a relationship? Why can't everybody bring something to the table? Everybody, you have something to give, you have something to contribute. But no, they want to be on top, so you continue to depend on them. They'll continue to give you money so that you answer for them. It should stop. Look at what is happening in this election. How the government and the president-elect, all of them, they release their minions to the streets. And people are keeping quiet. You would think by now people should be posting their videos. I went to vote. This is my polling unit. I'm here at the gate. Look at what is happening. They refuse me entrance. Assuming they have 1 million of those on social media space right now. That is a movement. But the thing is that people are so, that kind of lackadaisical attitude, I really don't care. After all, they've not been feeding me. For that reason, I'll continue to run my diesel, hustle for my money. I will, there is no quality of life in Nigeria. There is no quality of life.
But that's the mistake people are making. I remember just what you said now just reminded me of what the so-called celebrities were saying when some persons were accused of being paid. You're like, I have enough movies out there. I have made a lot of money in my life, and nobody's paying me for anything. I'm comfortable myself. If I want to travel out, I can travel out. It is not by that. Maybe in the airport you did. Now there the bam go happen. It don't end.
Thank you.
Or those aeroplanes where they never service for 200 million years. You go, you fly up, you fly down, chakam. It end. But people feel all in front of your gate, 9 kidnappers go kidnap you while policemen this side they smoke igbo.
Yes.
So because we don't have structure in anything, people think that I have money, I'm comfortable, it doesn't work like that. You need the government directly or indirectly, whatever way, as far as you're living in that nation, you need the government to put things in place to make life easy for you. Simple. So this thing of I have money, I don't have money, what they do doesn't affect me, it is a big lie. If it doesn't affect you today, it will affect somebody that you know, you love and care about tomorrow. Yeah. Then you will now remember when you said you had a lot of money, you can this, you can that. There are things money will not buy. Didn't we see people that were kidnapped? They paid the ransom, yet the people didn't return alive.
Yes.
So what are we talking about? Nobody should be acting like this is not our thing. And I really love the fact that you mentioned about the national anthem and how the Americans, they would put that, and when they see their flag, they respect and all of that comes in. And a lot of nations do that. But we don't even care. Our national anthem, we are talking about Arise, or compatriot, Nigeria, call over. Who are the compatriots? Do we have any patriotic person in that nation?
Oh, no.
We don't really have them.
No.
Everybody is giving us this I don't care, I don't care kind of. We know it's not easy because of what the people are doing, but the moment, because of this I don't care, that's why we are where we are today. If the people that started this thing, we had good people then too, when these bad people were building themselves to be.
They were building themselves, host. They were
if those good people had done what they were supposed to do also, we wouldn't be here. Or at least the fight will be a little bit, lighter for the people of this generation. So if this generation will make the same mistake that the previous ones has made, then it's finished.
You see? Look, thank you guys for joining me, all of you. I am so sorry if I didn't welcome you. I can see all of you. You guys are amazing. Don't forget to like this live stream for me. That's the least you can do for me. Leave me your comments in the comment section. There is a place they say is he live. You can go there to type in what you think that is happening in this election. And also, you can share this conversation with your friends. Let them lend their voices. Let's keep talking. In as much as it's looking very dead right now, somebody came here to encourage me, because I came here tearing up because there was no hope. I didn't see hope. But there is a person here, Kiki. Kiki, God bless you real good for joining my live stream today. He came to, don't know if it's a he or she, to encourage me. So I want to encourage you guys, okay? Do not give up hope. Share this conversation. Let's believe. And also, in your own little way, if you have been disenfranchised, make a video, post it on the social media. There is power about on social media. Social media is the new power you have. Look at what happened to MC Lomo. He was acting Oga Pata Pata, making those threats and all of that. When he was called out on social media, he came back with one Iyachukudi, borrowed one woman from the street. They paid the woman some money for the woman to come and say he was a good person, that she's Igbo, she's the one he was referring to. So please don't undermine the power of social media. Post your own video. If you're not allowed to vote, you share it. Let the world see, so that when you go to bed to sleep, you say, I have done my bit. I came out to vote. I was disenfranchised. I did not stop there. I still went on my platform on social media. If you're not on YouTube, you have a Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, you have Instagram. Use your platform to carry out this cause. Let the world see, and let God know that you did your best. Okay, you can't just be trusting God and let God fix Nigeria when you have not done what He is expecting you to do. Thank you guys for
Absolutely.
coming. Treasures G's, Onyi TV, thank you guys for being here. Treasure G said Nigeria is dead already. What I have seen today for the second time is tribalism, corruption, ignorance have dealt with our people. Hosts, as it is now, I think Nigeria is not redeemable again. You can see how people are feeling. See, Treasure G said, thank God you're just coming here. I came here, I didn't know when I started crying. It was so painful because I haven't slept. I was awake till from 6 a.m. Nigerian time all the way until 5 a.m. my time.
Wow.
I was like, you know what? Just go to bed. I couldn't sleep. I was tossing. I said, when will things change for this country? When? Is it that they don't want to have a working government? They don't want to have a country that is free. People can walk in the street. I remember when I had my second baby, and then she was about 2 months old. My husband was at work in he went for a meeting in Washington. I was left with the kids. My child was running temperature. You understand? I didn't know what to do. I tried to clean his body. 2 a.m. I just entered my car, put my two kids in the car, entered my car. I zoomed off. I was not interrupted until I got to the hospital. I got service by 4 a.m. We were back home. You understand? So when will Nigeria be free? This one in Nigeria, once it's 6 p.m., everybody's shutting down, running home to go inside because the streets are dangerous. Let me welcome Treasures this for being here. Welcome Treasures this. Rose Hujo, Onis TV, Z Berry, you guys are exceptional. Thank you guys for joining me today, all of
Hello,
you.
everyone. Hello, Mel. Greetings.
You're
Welcome.
welcome. You're welcome. Treasure, come
See,
and give us the gas bills. I can see you're fired up.
let me just apologize beforehand. If I flare up, just know that I've been here filled with emotions.
Oh,
I just came out of Instagram, and what I have been seeing. In fact, I've been on Instagram since morning, but this afternoon, for the things I have seen now, I saw so many people injured. Like it looks like Redeem Blog just compiled so many people that shed blood in this election. Now,
hmm,
for presidential, we only saw that woman, but for now, so many people are injured. So when I saw that, it just broke my heart. I wanted to cry, but I said no. I said, let me come to live stream. I just remember that I just finished live stream in the morning. I said, should I go again, talk about this thing again? Like I was just looking for an avenue to vent.
yeah,
And I just said, let me log into Facebook and see let me log into Facebook, and I saw that you are live. Okay. So this is me. Just I want to talk, I want to cry, I want to vent because the way it is now, it is horrible. It is
mm,
horrible. I didn't know that you people have stayed here like almost 2 hours, but I'm sorry if we are going to stretch it because see, I needed to talk. Oyo, I wanted to call you. I said, I don't know your program because see, there are things you see that when you don't talk, it looks like we are going nuts. That
yes.
is the state I am now. I
Oh,
even regretted going to Instagram this afternoon.
oh,
I just regretted because like I've been severed. I don't know. It looks like we are far away from Nigeria. It looks
Yeah,
like we are getting the greater part or impact of this whole thing. You get, you
yeah,
now think when you put your relations, when you think about these people, you know,
Yeah.
okay, I went to Choma's comment section and I saw what people are telling this lady that was attacked. Go to the comment section, you see what Yoruba people, you should go to Igbo land. The last time I checked, this is not Anambra state. Oh, you should have deployed to Anambra to go and vote for your people. What is an Igbo person coming to Lagos to do? Like, seriously, we're talking about redeeming Nigerians. Some people are here talking about Lagos state,
Right.
talking about who is Igbo, talking about who is Yoruba, for crying out loud. And I
hmm,
now saw one again. Sisi Emi was
yeah.
almost stopped from voting because they said she looks like Igbo. Okay,
Mhm.
if a Yoruba woman was stopped from voting because she looks like Igbo, how are Igbo people? You can imagine what they have done to Igbo people
In
or
Lagos.
Yeah.
where Igbo people are living. Okay, see, I don't know. Let me just like
See, let me just
God.
take it from you now. Now they said that Labour Party they lost one of their party members in our Papa. This is now on the news 7 minutes ago by their governorship candidate. Is saying
Wow.
that they lost somebody, that the person was deleted in our Papa. Then
Can
there is
Wow.
this
imagine.
one. They drop a ritual in a polling unit. A madman in that location saw the ritual food they placed in Ajawe Estate.
Evaluate now. He was
He
hungry
was
now.
enjoying the food.
You
So what
see?
will happen to the mentally challenged man that was eating the food placed at a
See,
great
nothing will happen
estate
to
like
him
this?
if it is
Nothing will
that
happen.
one.
Yeah.
Nothing will happen to him. See, is
Unique. Let me quickly say this to you, to calm you down a little bit. You have to understand something. When you see diamond, you don't see them just laying on the soil, like above the ground. You don't need to dig, you don't need to go through. If you see the process that this precious stone will go through to become what all of us see, the world sees and appreciate, oh, that's a diamond, that is this. It has to go through the fire, it has to go through, he has to go through everything to become what it is. So certain things, sometimes you don't know who you are, but somebody else looks at you and sees things that you don't even see. So for me personally, I'm not an Igbo person, but I always say things the way they are. People fighting tribalism and fighting this and fighting that, they know what they are afraid of. So
okay.
don't let it
Mel,
not come as
sorry.
a surprise if you are, because they've made it a tribal thing, so we cannot ignore addressing it as such. So
That's
one thing
what
I
they
want the
use
Igbos
to
to
brainwash them
understand
now.
is that this will happen, and things even worse than this will happen. And if we go down a memory lane, we can point out and pick out things that has happened. So this should not come as a shock to anybody that is from the East that is being treated badly up in the West right now, or anywhere at all where they are situated.
Okay,
But ask
Mel, before
yourself
you
a simple
continue, let me
question.
ask
When they
you
go
one.
to hospitals, when their children or somebody, a wife, a husband, or somebody is ill, do you pick if you want a Yoruba doctor or you want a TV doctor, or do you care? If you need blood and somebody comes to donate, do you care if that blood is coming from an Igbo
Exactly.
man or Hausa man? So it's only
Exactly.
but a fool that brings in tribalism in a time as critical as this.
As this. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So you should be happy that it is not people of your tribe that are attacking other people. Let it go down history that this is what is happening. Embarrass yourself and embarrass the people of your tribe because you think that you are the smart one, because you think that you are doing the right thing. But the world is watching. This is digital age. Everything will go down in history that this is what you're doing. The Igbos have been in Lagos, whether they are from there or not. They have contributed. You cannot deny that. Even if you deny it, it's something that if we go investigate, we will be able to bring out proof and present it to the world. So for you to stand and treat them this way, telling them they cannot vote because you want to vote your so-called criminals, goes to show who be the bad one, who be the good one, who they think straight, who they do what is right, who they think about their brothers tomorrow. So people will think, but people they think deep. People are not thinking deep. If you're thinking deep, these are things that you shouldn't do. Let the Igbo people vote. Let the Hausas vote.
And do you even know
vote.
the annoying part of it is that most of these people are even educated. For somebody to be on Instagram, the person is educated, you know?
No. The person, to be on Instagram, you don't need to be educated. All you need is to have a smartphone. Let's take case in hand.
See, better
Facebook.
But for somebody to be on Instagram, the person have some level of knowledge, you know? So this thing is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking.
You can have knowledge. You can have knowledge of something, but you don't have understanding. Like you just know
that. Even be a graduate.
So whatever somebody presents to you, you would take. You understand? So when these people of Olumo, like I don't even know his full name. I don't even want to know somebody as horrible as that man. When people like this Olumo that don't even know better, that don't know their left from their right, goes to their fellow people and tells them nonsense. Just because they don't have understanding, they have the knowledge, they can read ABCD and read your post on Instagram, but because they lack understanding and the wisdom, they cannot process things. They take what an illiterate like Olumo is. And when I mean illiterate, I'm not talking about because you went to school, university, because these days we have idiots that have certificates. You don't even need to go close to university to get certificate. You know now, you can buy certificate if you want. So not everybody that is holding a degree or claiming they are wanting that is something. So if not, somebody like this Olumo, no fit tell you something, you listen, you not get ahead. Can't you analyze and dissect things by your own self with your brain and see the Igbos have been in this state for long? Have they been threat to me? Do I know an Igbo person? Have I bought something to eat from an Igbo person? Did the person poison me? Come on, man. Can't you do your analysis by yourself and decide how you're going to treat people that are in your state?
Mel, when I lost it for them is when they gave up their son because the mother, is
exactly. You just took this word from me because for the first time I'm seeing a true son of the soil whose father is a Yoruba, and they are referring to him as an Igbo man. Where has that been done? Even
one of the contestants.
Africa.
I didn't hear that one.
The LP contestants. That's the problem. They are referring to him that he's an Igbo man.
He's an Igbo boy, yeah.
Where is that done? His father is a full Yoruba man, but his mother is an Igbo man, Igbo woman. Sorry.
They're really Igbo. They are from Ijo descendants. It's unfortunate that these people don't know those people. So everybody coming from the east, whether you're Calabar or Urobo, they are Igbo.
They tag, yes.
But for the first time, I've never heard
all of them. It's true.
For the first time, I'm now hearing that somebody whose mother is from a different culture belongs to the mother for the first time. All I know in Nigeria is
the problem started when they group everybody as Igbos. Don't you understand? They group even the Ijos, the Edos, they group everybody as Igbos. That goes to show that that person has zero understanding. You come from a country and you cannot even differentiate the tribes of the country that you claim you come from, and you put everybody in a small bag.
Yeah.
Because you think you are the almighty.
See,
it goes to show that brains are not functioning. So don't expect.
Okay, I saw something that somebody said. They said the only solution to Nigeria is referendum. Now, Igbo people have been asking for Biafra. Get. They said no. Now, allow us to lead. Allow us to, it's not even allow us to lead. Let the people's mandate rule. No. Yeah. You want to keep somebody, you don't believe in the person potentials, you want to keep the person, you want to keep subduing the person, you want to keep marginalizing the person. This is when people think that they are more Nigerians than others.
Unique. They don't say they don't believe. That's the reason why your Biafra has not worked. They know what they are afraid of. And until you understand that it's not that they don't believe, they know the potential and the weight, they cannot let go. They know what's going to happen. They know if people can start up from nothing, now they've reached a level where they have something, what will happen? 1 plus 1 is 2. If you're smart, you can put it together.
Absolutely, you're so right. I remember after Civil War, they said they were left with nothing. Their homes were leveled. They were only given 20 naira by their Awolowo-led plan at the time. That was all they were giving. Was it 20 naira or 20 shilling? I don't know which one they were using at
We
the
did
time.
now. I mean, this would be something else then, you know.
It's 20,
It should be
20
shilling then.
pounds. Is it 20 pounds or 20 shillings?
Yes,
That was
something like
what
that.
they were giving. So with that, for those that had money in the bank anyway, so imagine the millions that did not have money in the bank before the Civil War. So they started from nothing and they got to something, but still they don't want them to. It's obvious they don't want them to go. But what really made me I felt so bad for these people, because when you talk in that direction, it shows how myopic you are in reasoning. It shows that you don't have anything to offer rather than that tribalistic thing that you believe in, and then using it as your weapon. If you have something to offer, you can actually go beyond and above being a tribalistic person. Look at what happened in Rwanda. Absolutely. That was how Rwanda war happened. I was in Nigeria when Rwanda, we were all there. We saw it. Thank goodness for the journalists like Christiana Amonpo of CNN. She brought the war in Rwanda right on our faces. We saw human heads rolling. When civil war happened in Nigeria, we were not born, okay? So we didn't know what civil war was. When I was writing my thesis in the university, my project title was A Case Study of Nigerian Civil War. I was writing on humanitarian law. I went to the International Red Cross Society. They gave me a box of a box of it. I went home, and my project was when I came back to school, my professor was like, "Wow, where did you get all this material from?" I said, "I got them from International Red Cross," because I didn't see anything from the library to use as my case. So I had to go to people that were there during the war. They had all those things recorded. I started reading. I became part of the war, because I had to. When you read those history and stories, it puts you right in the war. You start seeing things that happen from the books. How the pregnant women were forced in the presence of their husbands, and then the Nigerian soldiers had a way with them, and then shot their husband, and then still did the same to the women, the pregnant women, most of them, tied with their babies. So when I finished reading all of that, I said, wow, these people had nothing and they built on something. But wait, what are we talking about? This is 2023. How many years after Civil War? How many years? In Rwanda right now, Rwanda is taken as the most promising country in Africa. Rwanda is taking the lead, because when the new president came, the agreement they had with all the tribes that caused the problem, you are first of all a Rwandan before you can think about the tribe where you came from. It was the fact that I am Hutus and Tutsis, the Hutus and the Tutsis. That was what caused the war in Rwanda. What is brooding right now in Nigeria was what caused war in Rwanda. And we saw the war on TV. Is that where Nigeria is headed to? You will be thinking that the so-called president-elect would have made an address, maybe on TV or through newspaper or through his platform, telling people to stop this nonsense that is going on. They are brewing war. They don't know what is going on. If they want to experience it, they should just take a look at what is happening in Ukraine. If not the American government and the West is supporting Ukraine, Ukraine would have been finished by now. They don't know the impact of what they are looking for. They don't know. This tribalism call they are calling and gunning for is going to be so bad. The Tinubu hasn't said a thing. Peter Obi made a statement that he heard information reaching them that some people are gathering some people for protest, that they are not obedient people. They are from opposition party, forming to be obedient. But we haven't heard anything from the other parties. You would think by now they will tell them everybody should respect themselves, call your people to order. No. They want to get into the authority by crook or by chance.
Host, how is he going to address them when he's the one that empowered them? All the videos we are seeing, you have not been hearing it saying APC talks, APC talks. So he empowered them. There is no way for him to come and say, oh, let it be. If he's coming out to say that one, that is just a hypocritical statement. You understand? So you saw even in the presidential election when he was saying whatever it takes, whatever means it takes. If it means snatching, grabbing, run away with it. As old as he is, he opened his mouth to empower them to do so. So how many of all these talks that you've heard, they say PDP talks, you heard they say Labour Party talks, don't those people want to win? Don't they have talks? And then to worsen it is that then the few stations, the few units where they have maybe one or two force, maybe policeman, the policeman will be looking and they will snatch a ballot box. And you tell, what are you saying? Okay, the most painful part of it is that presidential has come and passed, and almost every center, almost every unit that was attacked, there wasn't any police, there wasn't any force at all in view. Now, was it not enough reason why this particular election should have had enough security? No, nobody cared about it. All they know that they want to snap.
Even with security, nothing will happen.
No, if there was adequate security, you want to tell me that when those talks comes and an army, this rugged army people,
are they not the same people? They're being employed and paid by the same person. It's the same person that's paying them.
Police are dead, snatching the boxes too. Those ones are already bought.
Those ones are fake police now. Okay, if there was something like a very good security, and okay, before you pass through the
army
gates,
where you want bring, I not go do tribalism. Forget say Nigerian army, 99% from them na northerners.
I know.
I not go do tribalism.
If you deploy a northern army in the west, who is he going to support in the west?
No, he has weapons, so everybody will fear him, whether he's
exactly okay. Like those primary school that have what's the name, gate. Before you pass, show me your ID card. Show the person will show his a voter's card showing that he came to vote. But see, you ask if Nigeria is
too, you forget that they too they have their ID cards and their voter registration.
Treasure, somebody came here and told me, she's a Lagosian. She said in Lagos that Aboro they have police escorts. In Lagos.
Anyway, did you not even see when Chioma was running and she got to meet an army? They told her to be going front. She'll be going front. See, yes. As she was ranting, they were telling her to go front. And I mean,
that's the point.
They told her to go back and go and vote. So she said no, that she cannot go there again. When we get it right, and do you know that if they could have given like Peter Obi chance,
Uju don't cry. I see the comment you put up. Uju don't cry. It won't be an easy fight.
We would have had a hope that Nigeria will soon get better.
Thank you.
Seriously, this whole thing, this whole madness, it's just madness. See as it is now. Let me just tell anyone, even Chioma Chukwuka, people are telling her, see, Chioma Chukwuka has what it takes. She has fight for this thing enough. Let her take her family and leave. Anybody that wants to leave Nigeria now, they should just leave. Even Chioma Chukwuka doesn't have any connection.
When with these two videos, they go pursue everybody, go home.
With these two videos she have done, she can run for asylum because her life is in danger now. She can run for asylum and any country will take her, even she no get any connection. What is it? The lady have tried. And so also other people. See, as it is now, I told people, I said it before, and I'm saying it again. Nigeria witnessed exodus of mass movement. Japa, this year, last year. See, as it is now, if this government finally take over and Peter Obi did not come out victorious from the court, see the way where people go, people not even mind to use leg enter Europe again.
Co-host, let me say something. Few days ago, my husband came back and was telling me that there is hope for Peter Obi. I say, how do you mean? He now said that Rwandan judiciary did what no other court in Africa has done. And because they went towards the right thing in Uganda, there is possibility that the Nigerian judiciary will do something. That, Ugandan people, they had election 3 years ago. They declared
Uganda or Rwanda?
Is it Rwanda? No, Uganda. They
Oh,
declared somebody a winner in Uganda. That was
yeah.
3 years ago. And guess what? Just this week, the Supreme Court of Uganda,
Annulled it.
annulled
Yes.
the election.
Yes,
So
I
they
saw
are
the
going to
video
start.
clip.
You understand? So
Wow.
there is hope. I have a call here. Thank you so much for joining me, Cole. I'm gonna let you in to
There
share
is
your
hope. Which
opinion.
hope? That is when if they allow the judiciary this thing to work now.
Yeah.
When they are not even allowing anything to work in Nigeria.
See, I want to believe I have 1% hope left for the judiciary. So I want
Okay.
to believe they are going to do
God
something.
is good that you still have little. Me, I don't think I have even 0.000 for them.
Unique, you have to have. We cannot quit. It's not a fight that will be won in
Okay,
2-3 years or 10 years.
Nature's Geographic said it was Rwanda. Was it Rwanda or Uganda?
Let's allow our co-host to
Please,
talk.
Solo Cole, thank you for joining me. What do you have to tell us here on this election going on in Nigeria?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
this is one of the best elections that we ever had. And
God
it's going to be the
forbid. That
best.
like here,
Wow.
It's going to be the best.
I
For
believe
example, when
that
you
is
look at Lagos.
sarcasm. I believe that is
Let's hear
No,
sarcasm.
him. Let's hear
hold it
him.
now. Don't interject me. Let me finish. If you look at Lagos, we have about 3,000 polling units. Number of problems, polling units with problems, maybe it can't be up to 100. They are not up to 100. So if you have 13,000 and only 100, it's not 12%. So when you say an election is good or bad, that's how you measure it. Don't just measure it by people just posting one video here, posting another video here. There are skirmishes all over, but you can't say it's not good. In my own polling unit, we voted quietness everywhere. We have 2 custom officers in uniform with their guns.
Sorry, sir. Your polling unit, what state and please?
I'm in Lagos. I'm in Lagos.
Lagos. Okay.
I'm in Lagos and I'm in Amuwo for that matter. So if I'm telling you it's very good, this election is very good, just take it like that. Some people will just tell you this election is the worst in Nigeria. Tell them to give you the statistics. They don't have anything. I'm telling you, we have 13,000 polling units in Lagos. If you see places that have crisis, go and bring all your videos and everywhere. They are not up to 100. So if they are not up to 100, and you are telling me that if somebody out of 13,000 lost 100, and that 100 it makes the 13,000 so bad, let's relax now. And what you must know again is that Obi has done so much for Nigeria, at least for the political terrain of Nigeria. Obi has performed. He's going to be the main opposition that everyone will be looking up to. He's going to be if he knows how to do his work, by the next election, Obi may likely have get some soft spot from some people. Why am I
Okay,
saying
I want to pause you here because I have questions for you. So let me take
so?
you a little back to presidential elections. So what do you think? How will you sum the presidential election of February 25th?
Well, God bless you for asking me that question. You know what happened? When we are telling our people in labor that we don't have structure, they thought we are joking. We say, go forget it. You don't need structure. You don't need it. You don't need it. It's people that are our structure. It's because we don't have a good structure. That's why those votes were rigged the way they were rigged. In some places, we don't have agents. In many places in Lagos, there are no agents. In some places, we don't feed a candidate. You can imagine the 3 senatorial districts in Lagos. Labour did not feed anybody. That could have been a free gift for Labour. 3 locations. We lost it because we had majority of the vote. And those people who voted for the president, the same will have voted for the 3 senatorial districts. We lost it. When we say we have no structure, all of us must understand that structure is required. These people have wicked structures. The people you want to compete with, their structure is so firmly in place. They don't have factory. They don't have any industry. The only industry they have is politics. And so when you want to meet somebody like them, you must make sure you have your manpower located in all those nook and corners of Lagos. So what am I trying to say with respect of the presidential? Let's just forget it. We made a big blunder when we are campaigning, because many of us are campaigning. They're going to go do shishi. You're not going to do structure. If you don't have structure, you don't have agent in the location. It's much easier.
We've heard about structure,
Uh,
but I want to say something here. Labour Party came as a party without structure. That is given and that is understood. But it's
All
not just the structure. The two major political parties in Nigeria with structure are the people that kept Nigeria the way Nigeria is. And people should
Yeah,
say it the way it is. That presidential
you are correct.
election should be null and void
You are
completely, because
you
what
are
we
very correct.
saw is not a free or fair election. They've
You are very
declared
correct.
Ahmed Bola Tinubu as the president-elect. As far as we are concerned, he is no president-elect. They should fight this cause in court. I don't want to say
Very
P2B should forget it. P2B should
I
not
know.
forget it, because
Now,
if he forgets it, it's still same old, same old. People should be able to air their voices. People should air their opinion. Every citizen's voice and vote matter. You cannot tell me because the power that be, because they have the police, they have the army, they have the resources. That's why everybody should be subjected to their wills and caprices. No,
I agree with you.
people rejected the status quo. They want a change,
You
and
are
that
correct.
change is being deprived. And look at what is happening in Lagos. You came in telling me election was good in Lagos. I totally disagree. Why do I have to disagree? Election should be 100% free and fair.
You
Not
are
because
correct.
of 80% was okay. That means the rest of the 20%, we should forget about them. Those 20% that were disenfranchised are still citizens of Nigeria.
You are very
For
correct.
that reason, their votes should count.
You are
I
very
give
correct.
an example about election in the US. When you come to vote in the US, you walk in with your good self, you come out in 10 minutes. No harassment, no police escort, no police officer, no army, nothing. And these things are
Intimidation.
conducted in elementary schools. Why can't Nigeria, that is borrowing everything the Western people are doing? They borrow their lifestyle, they borrow their hairstyle, they borrow their private jet. They even do more. They are now wearing naked, going naked in the streets of Lagos. They are borrowing their lifestyle, both men and female. But Bobrisky is trying to outdo the people in the US. If they can borrow all of this, they fly private jet. Why can't they borrow the system that works, where public servants are seen as people that come to serve, not the other way around, not the citizens serving them? They use public office as an opportunity to embezzle the funds, taxpayers' money. That should stop. If a man has no integrity, he has no place whatsoever to be in public service. If you lack integrity, why do I say integrity? Look at what happened in Lagos. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce his name, the governor of Lagos State. He has every right to call those people to order. This MC guy should have been arrested by now from that video he made. But is there any arrest? No. These people know they can get away with everything they are doing because they have the backing of the government upon them. Look at what happened in Gombe State. A political party stood there sharing dollars while 3 police officers was just right there watching him. You tell me that is election. There is nothing like that as an election. It's not fair. For that reason, in those places, okay, look at VGC today. VGC, they refuse to come out to the main road, to the express, to highway to cast their vote. Now they are going to vote tomorrow. Why is INEC continuously doing things wrong? Why?
All right. Now let me tell you why. You see, most of these political guys, the main APC and PDP, they have what we call structures. And let me describe the structure for you a bit. It's a wicked structure. A structure that is meant to harm, to manipulate, to make things that are supposed to be fair unfair. For example, look at Rivers. I was looking at somebody presenting a river PU result, a polling unit result. P, APC scored 8. LP scored 223. Do you know by the time they were uploading, they gave LP the 8 APC scored, and they gave APC the vote of LP 223. The now when you now look at the way a man was caught with $500,000, you will now know that these people are grounded on this wicked structure. That man collected $500,000, and he calculated in such a manner that he's going to give all the local government, about 20 something of them, he's going to give them a small amount. The least among them was 19 million for each of those locations. These are what we call wicked structures to
That is
change
not
the
a
figures.
structure. No. That is
I
not.
say that is the wicked. Listen now, just listen.
It's not a
I say
structure. That is corruption.
Let's
call it what it is. It's
what
corruption.
it is that they use their structure, hold on now, to corrupt the system. For example, look at the whole of Lagos. Look at how they change figures in Lagos. If you think that LP scored 580 something in Lagos, then you are joking. They scored more than that. The LP figure in Lagos can never be less than 1 million. But at the end of the day, they rounded it up at one level to the other and brought it to 580 something thousand to still make sure that he wins, but not with a big budget. What am I trying to let you know?
Corruption. That is the
That
fact.
is who is the one?
Hold on.
Who is the one? Who is the one that is corrupt now? Is it Yakubu or Buhari up there? Is
all
it
of
the
them.
PU? Listen now, it is the people who are managing the PUs, the polling units, that are supposed to upload.
No.
Sir, I have a question. I want to ask him one question, please.
Let me finish. Let me make my statement. Let me make my statement clear. You see, the people who are supposed to do the uploading with beavers will tell you there's no network. The people who are supposed to post the figure will tell you there's no network. By the time the network came, all the papers were cancelled, all the figures were changed, everything was. If you look at the snow peak they used, you know that it is not Mohammed or somebody Ahmed or Mohammed or Yakubu somewhere or Buhari somewhere that did it. It is the people in those units that did it. And that's what I'm trying to let you know, that these are wicked, corrupt structure that we have in the political scene. These people don't have industry. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
That's
anytime
not right.
you hear me,
it's not a structure now.
Anytime you hear me say structure, please hold on. It's invited, comma, open and close. You see, the people will tell you they have people on ground. Who are these people? They say that's our structure. And I'm telling you, the structure is a wicked structure. It's a bad structure. It's a corrupt structure. It's the structure they use in manipulating and doing very harmful things to everybody. When you look at them, people who come and the thugs that comes in to take your vote and put it inside water or bomb the place or cancel or use bottle everywhere. They are structure that these people have on ground. That's what I'm telling you. This is a wicked structure. This is a structure that they'll be going. MC Olomo is a structure. They put him there to say what he wants to say and to do what he wants to do. When I'm saying structure,
law, right?
Not above the law. It can't be above the law. He has already eaten his words. He's not above the law. When the law was to catch him up,
he's above the law.
He can't be above the law. You know why he can't be above the law? He brought a woman out.
Mr. Soul,
all right now.
I understand what you're saying, but I find it very difficult to even believe or comprehend the word structure is used. Corruption is now structure. I like saying things the way they are.
But say it the way I said it.
The fact that you have
I said wicked
structure. Okay. For the fact they have those manpower on ground, you understand? Those manpower on ground, that is not a political structure. It simply means that the head that released the funds made sure it got to all their manpowers at all the political units. And that is the reason why the whole election should be null and void. That is the reason why the
No, we
the
can't.
opposing party should go to court.
I would disagree with you. We can go to court. You can't tell them to disannul. It's only court that can disannul.
That's what
It's
I'm
only
saying.
court.
No, the
All
court
right.
has the right to disannul.
All right. Not yes,
Understand?
not INEC. Not INEC.
Not INEC.
All
INEC
right
is
now.
also corrupt. They are the chief
Very
corrupt
good.
officer.
And the courts are not corrupt. They are all sane.
The court
Let's
is
go
even
there.
corrupt. See, you know why I'm saying this?
All right.
When I took the oath in the Supreme Court as a lawyer for Nigeria, I know what it meant for me. But as it is now, I have just 1% out of 100 of hope, 1% for the judicial system, because I don't believe they're going to do the right thing. I don't trust them enough they're going to uphold justice. That is the height it is now. You know why?
You're correct.
They are answerable to the executive. The independency that the Nigerian structure started with, the judiciary, executive, and the legislature, there is no independency. They are answerable to the president.
You are very correct.
It's unfortunate. I don't have faith in the courts. I don't, unfortunately. But I want to believe that 1% faith that is left, let's see what that 1% and where it will take me to. But for me to now say because they had some places were credible, that means the election is free and fair. No, the election is not free. It's not fair. I was reading on the news that somebody was deleted in Apapa, a Labour Party candidate, lost his life or her life in Apapa. You can understand the height people could go just to clinch to power. They have no integrity to be in public service. They have no sense of accountability or responsibility. They should not be there. They want everybody in Nigeria is grabbing for me and my family. What happened to the road that will take you to your place? Can you be able to walk the streets in the night if Nigeria is safe? There is no security. You might grab everything for you and your family. Those they paid 500,000, just like you tried to explain to us here. But what happens? You can be kidnapped just entering your gate.
You're very correct.
There's electricity. No, you're burning diesel, burning electricity, and taking out the fumes that come from the generators.
Who can make the change?
Quality of light in Nigeria is so bad.
Who among the people can change this thing? Can change the system?
The change starts from everybody, from the people on the bottom all the way to the top. It starts from the top all the way to the down. It's not just one person. If people can arise and stand on their feet and say, you know what, I am tired of same old. I'm tired of the old order. I want a change. I want something new. If they give you 500,000, you say that I know in as much as I don't have a kobo in my account, but I'm saying no to this because I want to do the right thing. The change has to be everybody, from the president to the newest born child in Nigeria. That's where the change should come. Unique, you wanted to say something. You said you have a question for
yes, I wanted to ask our co-host question when he was talking about structure, and he was referring to their corruption and all this thuggery as the structure. Now, I wanted to ask him if do you think that Labour Party not having structure, that if that presidential election was conducted the way according to INEC constitution and like being transparent, free and fair, do you think that with or without structure of Labour Party, do you think that Labour Party will have won or not?
My answer to that is that if it is free and there's no corruption anywhere, and everybody can do it automatically, that is, you can automate it. The moment you are collecting your card, you press a button and it hits their server without any human intervention. I can guarantee you, Labour will have performed very well, not at the level it performed.
You see,
will have performed far better.
Why I ask this question is because those structure that you are referring to are not structure, are not even positive structure.
They are wicked one. You always remember what I said. I've always told you. Listen to me very carefully. I repeated the message. They are corrupt. They are systems. They are structures that are meant to corrupt the systems. They are the one that will do the thuggery. They are the one that will go and break the mass. They are the one that go and go negotiate with the MTN so that the cable in a particular area falls down. That
Thank you. I'm happy you said this, Oga. You know why I'm happy you said it? I remember Bola Ige, when Bola Ige was it minister of there was a
it was a
position,
minister. It was a minister
power.
under Obasanjo.
It was
Power.
minister of power. Do you
You are
know what
correct.
they did to that man to frustrate everything he was? They will go to high tension cable and shoot it down. That was the
That's what.
extent those people went to frustrate
That's
Bola
it.
Ige's effort.
Effort.
So
That's what they do.
You can imagine,
That's what
same
they
thing they
do.
were doing to Goodluck Jonathan. Look,
Exactly.
since this election now, nobody has heard Boko Haram. Nobody has heard of
No, 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 no,
terrorists
no, 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 no,
again.
no, no, no,
You
no, no,
see,
no. All those Boko Haram are some people's structures.
that
All
is it.
those Boko Haram were formerly some people's structures. When they had no politics going on, they liberated them to come and do what they were doing. All the headsmen, we don't have all those headsmen before Baba came now.
Mm-hmm.
Those headsmen were not coming. But the moment they finished the election, at the other end, they started bringing cow from Niger, not from Nigeria, from Niger, from another country, and then give it to some boys who are already working for them at one level. And they will give them gun, AK-47, to begin to carry that material to all the nation, telling you that they want to take over your land. Can you imagine? It's a wicked structure. Nigeria
It
is not
is a
well
very
structured.
wicked one, deadly
And
one.
look, somebody will tell you, will say it is better for Nigeria to restructure. I'm
that
telling
is
you,
it. But
it's
are they
better
willing?
for us.
Are they
No, it depends on. Look, Jonathan tried it. He did maybe a constitution meeting or sometime.
meeting him
Baba
and Obasanjo?
Obasanjo, Baba came there. Baba abandoned it completely. Let's imagine that anybody can come in now will do something good. I just wish everybody the best. And besides this, all of us should continue to pray for this nation. We should just continue to pray because I can't see how we can get out of this quagmire.
Please, though, do you think that prayer can work at this period? Because it looks
No,
like me, I'm
there's
already giving
nothing.
up on the
No, don't
prayers.
give up. Don't give up. Don't give
Ah,
up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
You
Look,
know, gone
the
are those
best
days
thing.
they were
Hold on, hold on,
saying,
hold on. You see, the best thing that happened to Nigeria was Beavers. Because of human intervention, that's why we are saying what we are saying. If at DB there was no human intervention at all, there's nothing like capturing the result on one sheet and then upload it to server somewhere. You see, while they were capturing result on one sheet, the sheet two of us signed or three of us signed that this is the result. Somebody will tell you that he cannot upload, though he has no network, like we all know, no network. Then he'll go home at night, amend the figures, do one rubbish thing, and then upload. So by the time you are opening the iRev in the morning, you are seeing something totally different from what you are holding in your hand. Then go and look for that guy. He has run away, he has resigned from INEC, he is nowhere to be found. For example, go to all those places where they uploaded those rubbish and cancel, amended or cancel snowpeak result. You can't see any of those INEC officials in that location anymore because they have collected so much that they don't need to wait for this governorship election. They are gone. That's the type of structure we have in Nigeria. If you know how they doctor Lagos, the doctor is so well that anybody will know that this one was doctored. The people who are counting knew that that is supposed to be about 1 million for LP. But by the time they brought about 400,000 off it, came down to 500 and something. And then they pushed something from the other one, pushed them up to make sure they tally a little bit so that the gap will not be too much. It's shameful anyway.
it
But
is very shameful.
if all of us are truthful to ourselves, I want to do the right thing. But because we have made poverty an
but so
industry.
many people has come out to do the right thing, but they don't allow them to do. They do not allow
No,
their
I'm
mandates to
even talking
count.
about the handlers, those who are handling electoral, agents and all those election officers and all those INEC officials. Like I said, go to one Rivers. Somebody was caught with $500,000. The least person that will collect money in their group is 19 million. The next one was 22 million. They brought the list out that he wants to share in a particular night, and the police rounded him up somewhere and they
Yeah,
arrested him.
I
That
saw
man,
that in the news.
you saw that very good. Where is the money coming from? That money was coming from PDP.
Yeah,
And they were
That money
suffering
was
the
coming
poor
from
masses
PDP.
by
yeah.
monetary
No, let me
restrictions.
let me finish. If he can give $500,000 to Rivers, what do you think he will give to Oyo? What do you think he will give to Ogun? What do you think the same man will give to them in Kaduna and Kano? You think it will be less than that?
It is unfortunate because all this money that is given and given and given, that is passing there from one hand to the other, at the end of the day, they are going to use Nigeria to recover those funds. Whether they throw Nigeria in further debt is none of their business. If they
You are very
spent
correct.
$200 billion, they are
It
going to
doesn't move them.
recover it. They don't care.
It doesn't move them.
That one that
all it,
happened.
all it
Then the
needs
other
to
one
come is
we
to come and send. You come and send one of the refineries.
yeah, the other one we had was how they gave INEC 270 million. We heard the video and all of that. The audio is what it is. That is, Nigeria has shown the world how corrupt the country is, and
It's
the
so
corruption
corrupt.
is not just
It's so,
anybody. It's from the
it's,
top to
it's
the
so
very
corrupt.
least.
It's so
Is
corrupt.
just very, very, very concerning, if you put it that way, and very shameful that is how Nigeria has projected itself, and everybody is a witness.
And
Because the
host, do you
news,
know one thing I'm happy about in this election?
All right.
Technology really disgraced them this time around,
You are very correct.
because
You are
as
very
it is
correct.
happening in each polling unit, so many people are capturing it and uploading it to the
You are
internet.
you
yeah,
are very correct.
CNN knows the real story.
You are very
BBC
correct.
knows the real story. Every story have a backup story, like have a backup evidence against
You
it.
are
You
you
get.
are very
So
correct.
this
You are
time
very
around,
correct.
technology really messed them up. And
You are very
I
correct.
just want to commend the youth. Gone are those days they say Nigeria will pray a lot. We pray a lot, but this time, this year, people really, as in they prayed, but they still came out, they backed their prayers with action. But it's
You are
unfortunate that the corruption that have eaten deep into Nigeria
deep too
did
much.
not even
It's too much.
allow the people's mandate, did not allow the people's labor and effort
Too
to
much.
count.
Too much. It's too much. If you look at the total number of people that voted, do you know since I've been voting for the last maybe since 1999, do you
mm-hmm.
know this is the lowest of all because of beavers.
Lowest or highest
In terms of, I'm telling you, the lowest number of people that came out to vote.
for
The-
Because of
For
today's
beavers,
election.
presidential.
because of the beavers.
Because of the beavers. All those who have been loading, extraordinary. Visa couldn't capture them.
Hmm.
The only thing you can do with beavers is to record these are the number of registered voters who wants to vote, maybe 200. Then you now do over voting by recording maybe 400. That's the only thing you can do. In the other, all the past years, it will tell you there's a supplementary list for those whose name did not appear
They
somewhere,
will pack
and that will be
papers and go and
they
be
Yeah,
will now pack
thumbprinting.
they will now pack it in thousands, in millions.
yeah,
Hmm.
But
yeah.
they couldn't do it with beavers. So one of
This
the things that beavers brought, the next thing beavers could have done for us is to capture all those result sheets without any amendment, with
yeah.
all of them
It will
signed by
have
the
done
agents.
that. I believe it has the capacity to do it, but
He has
it
the
was
capacity
interrupted.
to do it,
Yes,
but because of human intervention at that
yes.
particular period, people came in and paid money to those guys in charge so that they will tell you the beaver is not working. And when you wait there till about 12
You know,
p.m., 12 in the night,
yeah,
you want to go home.
from what you're
Then,
explaining, let me just
mm,
give a little knowledge into this. If you vote overseas, the moment you
all
fill
right,
in it's still the same process they're doing in Nigeria. For what I'm saying, you fill
all right,
in, tick in the people you wanted to vote for. You
all
take
right,
the paper yourself.
all
You
right,
go and scan in the paper. Once you
all right.
scan into a machine, it's captured on the election unit immediately. It doesn't need upload, download, disload.
What do you use in capturing?
I don't know.
A
I don't know
machine.
what they use, but the moment is like a paper. Let me see.
A photocopy
Host,
machine.
it happens like that because you are in a developed country.
Yeah,
How
see,
many times does people want to do transaction with their
this
phone?
is
How
this
many
is
times does it
the
work?
voting paper, for example.
All right,
The moment you finish with this, you use yourself. There will be two officers standing
all
next
right,
to, beside it in case if you need help. They will
all
just
right.
take this, and then the way you scan documents, you put it there.
Oh yeah.
You will
Uh-huh.
stand there, and then it will assess it immediately, and then give you the result voted. Once you see that
Hmm.
voted, your vote has been captured.
Be
They will now
counted.
give you a sticker for you to stick on yourself or wherever that you have
That you have
voted.
voted.
You
Hmm.
understand?
Hmm.
This
Hmm.
issue
Hmm.
of
Hmm.
capturing and then they will transfer
Photocopying.
should have been limited. Why did they even go to China to get beavers when they can go to Germany to get one? Why? So the thing
And
is this, they planned
not that.
all of this from the very beginning. They planned it and it worked for them. But it's unfortunate. I want to use my voice to tell Nigerians not to give up. Let's still believe that the judiciary has some good people. There are still few good men in the judicial system that will do the right thing. Let's give the
Hmm.
election tribunal the opportunity to do the right thing. Am I trusting them to do the right thing? Do I have hope or faith in them they are going to do the right thing? I don't have that hope in them. I don't have that much faith in them. But I want to believe that even if it's one person that would say something different, that means the case will be heard. That means
Hmm.
people's mandate will be given opportunity. Look at what is happening in Lagos. I said it in my thumbnail on this live stream. Niger don't finish. There is no hope again. That is what
Hmm.
I said in my thumbnail because I supposed to be sleeping when Nigeria woke up, but I was awake from Nigerian 6 a.m. was supposed to be my midnight. I was
Hmm.
awake watching and following this election. At about 5 a.m., I was heartbroken. 5 a.m. my time. I was heartbroken. I was in tears. My family were sleeping. I said, when would this country ever get it right? When? When would things ever change? Look at the number of thugs they have in the streets of Lagos. Do you think if these people have decent jobs, they won't be able to do to at least defend their country? They will
You
not be
are very
relying on
correct.
politicians to give them
You
money.
are you are very
Public
correct.
service is not lucrative. The money, see, the president of America, the salary he received is less than the House of Nigerian senators. What Nigerian senators make more money than American president.
You are
So
very correct.
Nigeria should start thinking these people, we call them to serve, and public service is not where you come and enrich your pocket. And that's the sole reason why they don't want P2B, because he's going to cut all the SSs. They don't
You are
want him
very
because
correct.
of that. The
You are very
country
correct.
should do the needful. Let them start at age 3 to teach patriotism, what it takes for you to love your country. And let them drop all this tribalism that they are bringing up. That is what destroyed Rwanda before Rwanda, before
Rwanda
Rwanda was rebuilt. It was
hmm.
the fight between the Hutsis and the
And
Tutsis
the
that
Tutsis, you
led to
are right.
Rwandan war. Nigeria is
But
brooding
today,
what they can't handle. How
hmm,
can a person, a Yoruba woman, went to vote? They say she looks like an Igbo person. For that reason, you cannot vote. How can you be disenfranchised in your own country, a place you call home, because they said your Igbos should go back to their state to vote? Hausa should. What a country!
it's sad. It's sad.
Anyway,
It's sad. It's sad. But
anyway,
by and large, you have said so much, and I just want to thank you for the opportunity to be on this platform with you. One thing we must take away, and I've said it before, Obi has done so much. Obi has done so much for Nigerian politicians now to sit right. Take it away. Obi has done so much. Even where he's not declared as the winner, everybody is shaking now because they came in to beg some of us that please, we are sorry. You know, when people begin to gather elders at a particular forum, big time politicians, to say we are sorry, these people are not mindful whether you are there or there because they don't have any opposition.
yeah.
They don't have anybody facing them. They don't have anybody to correct them. And because of the money involved, the money is
Ah,
at the center. The money is
ah,
just too much. The money is too much.
mm,
So they will do everything to retain that power.
mm,
Everything. They can spend anything to retain the power.
mm.
They will spend anything. Take it from me. How can somebody give somebody just $500,000 to spray one night, just for one night transaction?
You're saying
And they
half a
will have
million.
done
How
it.
about the one that gave 250, 270 million?
I'm just giving one, the only one I know in Rivers. You can imagine how he will spend that money all over the 36 states plus Abuja 37. Because it couldn't have been that place alone. There's no
Yeah.
way we could have given that place alone. It's not possible. PDP would not have given that man for just Rivers alone. They will have given for York. They will have given for every other area. You go there with a list and you know the people you are giving the money to. Although, and this is how the man spent the same money in 2015. This is where he spent it 4 years after in 2019. And the man is spending the same money now. Hey, there's money somewhere. And as long as this money is there and these people are making people jobless, these people will continue to do what they are doing because these are the main structure. Like we said, we don't need structure. If everybody is working, if everybody is not jobless, it's people who are jobless that are engaged to come and do all those do more work and all those nuisance. If everybody is working and everybody has a job that is doing, nobody will be doing all this level of politics that they are playing because it's hopeless. People will be ready to die. I don't want to send some video. I saw a video clip today. Some boys went into a particular area near my side, the other side. They beat the boy to stupor. They wanted to kill him. They now left him on the floor. He came in to
Mm.
attack their voting. He came in, did not know that those people are waiting for people like them. They were ready for him. They beat him to stupor.
Oh,
Some people came to some places, they shot gun into the air, took away their they took away
the
their
ballot
votes,
boxes.
their ballot boxes. But these are isolated. That's why I say they are isolated cases. By the time you count the whole in Lagos, out of about 13,000 PUs, maybe you have maybe about 100 cases like that, or maybe But they have disenfranchised those guys who are in that place, who came out to vote. You can imagine me trying to get my PVC, making sure I'm on the line, only for one small boy didn't go to school to come in and pick my ballot paper and disappear with it. How will I feel? Some of you did not vote. I voted. But I can imagine myself standing in one polling unit and in my korokoro eye, somebody just walked in and packed the boxes and disappeared with it. How will I feel? Some of us will think that there is no need coming to this place to vote.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely. I want to thank you immensely for jumping into the panel today to
Thank you
contribute
so much.
to these election issues. I really appreciate you so
Thank you.
much, and I hope this
Mhm.
will not be your last time.
Don't
I do
worry, I'll
live
be
stream
out.
all the time. And if
Um,
you're watching me, you haven't subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe, like this video, share this video.
mm.
And before we round up, I want to give Treasure Gist the opportunity to sum up the whole thing in a nutshell so we can be able
All
to round up the
all right.
conversation today.
Mm.
Treasure, are you here? All right, it seems Treasure Gist is not close by. So I want to thank all of you for joining me on today's
thank,
live stream. It was a
thank you so
very
much.
heartbreaking one for me. It was very
Mm.
emotional for me today because I had hope that today's election would be different from what we saw happen on February 25th. But
We pray so.
unfortunately, it's even worse than what happened on February 25th. It's so sad to say the least that the Nigerian system is a failed system. It's so sad to say that INEC has failed the people of Nigeria, the government in power failed people of Nigeria. And it's really, really disturbing that nobody took the opportunity of calling these people to order for them to stop what they are doing. They saw it in
Mm.
the news, it was reported. We did not see the state government of each of these states make any statement, any press release, or even in their handles on social media to address what is going on. Everybody is kind of quiet, they don't care, lackadaisical attitude on what is happening. It is very unfortunate that that is this position Nigeria has found himself. But however, I'm going to say if you still have faith in God, let's still use that little faith we have to trust the system. Let's believe that something good will come at the end of the day. Unfortunately, for someone like me, I came here weeping, crying for motherland Nigeria because what I saw is nowhere near free and fair election. What I saw in the news, what I read in the newspapers, no way close to what is considered a free and fair election. Will Nigeria ever get it right? Yes. They will get it right if the citizens don't give up hope. And how do I mean when you don't give up hope? If you believe that you've been disenfranchised, air your opinion, speak up. Let all the drops of water come together, it definitely will form an ocean. But don't just go and relax and say, after all, same old, same old. No, you have the right to demand for a good system. You have the right to demand for service from your public servants. Remember, it's you that is their employer. You're paying them salary. For that reason, you have the right to hold them accountable. Nigerian public service has looked up to as a very lucrative place where you go and embezzle funds. The government, the governors, the president, all of them should be answerable to the citizen, but it is the other way around. Use this opportunity to put in the right people. That's what we've been talking about. People you can hold accountable. People you can tell to their faces, no, we don't want what you're doing anymore because you have failed. Look at Lagos, a rich state like Lagos, but people still live in abject poverty in Lagos. Likewise, Rivers State, a very rich state, people live in abject poverty. There is no steady electricity. There is no good road. Are we talking about the school system or the health care? Health care. I read about a boy a young man that rushed his little sister to the hospital. The hospital management could not even take the child inside, a young girl, and they allowed this child to pie in the brother's car. This young girl made it to the hospital alive. Just to tell you how bad the country is. And same old, the same people are feeling themselves in all the various positions. Do you really think they care about you? When the train accident happened in Lagos, the last time I checked, they did not say if you're Yoruba blood, if you want to donate blood, come this place and donate for Yoruba blood, donate for Igbo blood, for Hausa blood. The government called out citizens to come and donate blood. They were not calling them according to their tribe. Let's stop this tribal thing we are brewing because it's not going to cook well. The taste will be sour on every lips. Let's stop it. How can the whole of Lagos, most people in Lagos State, give away their son because he is from an Igbo mother? That is the height of it. So I want to use this opportunity to tell everybody, if you still believe in Nigeria, as you pray for the country, do the needful. Let your voice be heard. If you were disenfranchised, don't go and sit quiet. Talk about it. Share your story. If you capture it on your video, use it and share your story. There is still hope. I have 1% hope for the judicial system to do the needful. And I hope they will definitely do the needful. So I think Treasure Gist is back. Treasure Gist, can you round up for us if you're back? I'll be rounding up in the next 2 minutes. I've put in a lot of time today.
Yes, you've done well. You've done well. You know, when I came in the first time, I was full of emotion, and
Yeah.
I guess you were also. So, and sometimes I used to tell you, sometimes it's good to talk. When you talk, you feel relief, and
Yeah.
sometimes when you cry, you feel relief. So, for so many people that are crying because of this election, it is free. Just cry it out. Just let it out. Those are part of our prayers and submission to God. Of a truth, everyone knows that people try for this election. You say they come out, most people came out, youth came out. People were there laying their life to safeguard this election with hope that it's going to be like INEC promised. They told us it's going to be free. In fact, Buhari also said it. And they gave us conviction based on the beavers. And people came out. Even people that were praying were convinced. So many churches convinced their members not only to pray but to come out, which they did. Okay. And at the end of the day, we are left shattered, we are left heartbroken. And just like our host have said, being here have actually given me more hope because like you all know, when I started, I said I don't know if prayer can still change this. I don't know if Nigeria can get better. But from all said and all we have said here, they say na person wey give up, na him lose. Okay.
Yes.
So I just want to use that phrase. Na person wey give up, na him lose. We'll keep pushing. There's something my husband said. Oh, even if Peter Obi couldn't win in the court, that okay, after 4 years he's going to try again. After 4 years, we know it's going to be very, very struggle for everyone, but now who give up, now him lose. So we'll keep pushing. If we keep pushing for this particular thing, with the little hope we have, God can still come true. With just one person in the judiciary system, things can still work. We
Yeah.
also how Dino challenged them. Like it was just like as if it was going to be a miracle when Dino opposed them, asking them to call the result from the beavers as they promised. But although he didn't have much support, the INEC chairman shut him out and continued because of the money he has received, because of the corruption. Okay, so we believe that even one person, two people can still make change at the judiciary level. And with that being said, I still want to say it. If you are bitter, talk about it. Rant. It will help your sanity.
Yes.
This morning I've not eaten it. Just now, when you called me, I was downstairs looking for something to mouth because I have ranted and my brain got freed a bit. So I have to look for something to mouth to at least, when I was filled with anger, I couldn't eat. I couldn't like
Yes.
my as if my brain was going to
Absolutely. My
so I'm
husband, my
eating
husband
that.
had to tell me, "Oh, you take your voice down. You push shouting there."
Sorry, we'll soon round up. Okay, sorry about that.
No, he
So
was talking to me. It's my voice. He was talking. Are you? Are
okay,
what is
yeah,
going on?
it's because of how pained you are. So I understand. So guys, if you are pained, speak out, talk
Yeah,
to
talk to
somebody.
someone.
It will
Talk to
ease
someone.
the stress on
Yeah,
you. Okay, but
yeah.
let's just keep being hopeful. Let's keep being hopeful. And there's something I used to tell people. I said, no matter what, no matter how the economy gets, we will, me and my family, I don't know about you, I and my family will not beg for food, will not beg for bread.
Amen. That is
Not
the prayer.
because we have much, but because God will provide for my family. God will provide for you and I. So just believe. So long you have done your part, you have prayed, you have come out to do your best. Sometimes I wonder all these our leaders, they come out, they travel abroad, they see working system, and yet because of their wickedness, they will never have the mind to bring it home.
Yeah.
Our hosts here have said so many things. They come, they learn, they copy, why can't you copy the good things? Copy the good things.
You
They
know,
wait,
with
they
what
go
you said
to
now, let me
abroad
tell
for
you what
medical
happened to my
health,
mother.
and yet
Yeah, let
they
me tell
cannot
you.
put
Let
our
me tell you what my
centers.
mother said, host.
Mm,
Let me tell you what my mother said. My mother said the first time she came to the US to visit, that was even before I came to the US. The moment she entered the airport, the American airport, she was like, wow, that this place is like heaven. So she now asked my brother, they say, wait, now wait. Oh. So all these president, Nigerian president, and all the governors, they've been coming and going, coming and they will see this kind of airport, they won't want to build it in Nigeria. That was my
hmm.
mother talking
You
many
see,
years ago.
you see,
Many years
they come for medical checkups and they see how a system is working, and yet they see how our own this thing is deteriorating, and it will still sweet them to embezzle our money. So many lives are being lost,
in
just
laws.
unnecessary lives are being
Yeah.
lost. I heard the one that just happened during the before the election time, a woman that was pregnant that just lost her life, almost at birth, giving birth. She lost the twins and then her life. Why? Because they were waiting for credit alert, which the husband has already made the transfer. what stops them from attending to this woman, salvaging and saving the babies, and then
Mhm.
waiting for the alert? So there are so many deaths, so many things happening in Nigeria that shouldn't be happening. But then I don't know. These people are just wicked, wicked. I heard the so-called president-elect said, "I know you people did not vote me, so he knows we did not vote him. That means he knows what he did." My people, let me not just start afresh, Jare. But
All right.
all I want to say this weekend is, if it is too heavy on you, talk about it. Even if it is only you in the room, speak.
Yeah,
Just
speak it out. Yeah, just
rant. Yes. After ranting, you are going to feel a bit
better.
better. Yes. So let's just keep believing and trusting God that something good will still come out of the whole process. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my amazing co host. Thank you, Treasure G's, for always being there for me. Thank you for the support, the genuine support and love. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for being here today. It's been a 3 hour journey, and I didn't want to stay 3 hours. I told myself I was coming for 1 hour because I was so filled with emotion and tears. And for those that joined me in the beginning of this stream, I'm sorry if you saw me crying here. Please pardon me, it's not my thing. I just felt so
I'll go and
heartbroken.
watch you again and see how you cried. If you cried like I did.
I was so disappointed, so heartbroken. And when I finish this live stream, I'm going to get a good breakfast and go to bed because I haven't slept. I want to thank all of you, treasures. You know I love you. Thank you so much for your
Love you
support. Thank
more.
you for your genuine love and support. And trending gist with Octavia Cora. Thank you so much, beautiful, for always being here for me. Whenever you see my light is on, you jump in. Thank you. God bless both of you immensely. And to my guests and my co-host, my guest that came today, Solo Cole. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your contributions. I really appreciate your conversation. However, I completely disagree when you call those people that are corrupt as structures. Those are not structures. In any definition of what structure is, they don't qualify as structures. So that's where I disagree. But you said they were wicked structures. I can understand where you were going. I want to appreciate you for joining me today. Don't make it your last. Always come around when you see a topic of interest to discuss here with me in my streams. I want to appreciate all of you that came today, all of you that contributed. Kiki, I'm taking your word home. You said I should not give up hope. It's only those that give up that have lost everything. Thank you guys immensely for joining me. And for those that join me from Facebook, thank you guys for your support and love. And if you like Nigeria, if you like Oyoyo, okay, please pray for motherland Nigeria and wish them nothing but the best. I know a lot of us, we don't have hope anymore. The hope is, crushed, and we don't have hopes anymore. But I want to believe there is still hope somewhere. I don't know where I'm having that 1% of hope somewhere. So let's look onto the judiciary to do something, especially with the case of P2B in the court. And we'll be bringing the update as it goes here. Every time any news breaks, we are going to come here to discuss about them. Let's still believe there is still something that we can hold on to. If there is something P2B and Labour Party are holding on, let's believe there is something. But on a final note, I want to say Nigeria should stop, or rather, Nigerians should stop this issue of tribalism they are bringing up. They should stop it. They should first remember they are Nigerians before any other thing. I know it's difficult, but that reorientation is what is needed. If you come to America, America has 50 states. They won't tell you I am a New Yorker. No, they will tell you, oh, I am an American. That is the first thing every American will say. Then you now, oh, you're an American. Oh, nice. Okay, you live in New York. Yeah, I live in New York. That is where the person lives. They don't even tell you where they were born and where they were not born. So let's stop this divide that we are bringing. Let's stop it. Everybody clamoring for this divide should stop it before it gets out of hand, before it becomes a problem. Stop it. If you cannot love your fellow Nigerian, I don't know what else you want to preach. And let the people in authority call people to order. If you go against the law, let those people let them be held accountable for their actions. Let them be. We cannot say you were joking like the police was saying that MC Olowo was joking. Hold those people accountable. If somebody tell you who they are on the first day, believe them, because that's truly who they are. And like my co-host Treasures just said, if you are feeling bad, feeling sad about this election, you can cry. Yeah, it helps. It makes you feel better sometimes. Cry is also a therapeutic. It helps you feel better. Find somebody to talk to. If there is nobody around you to talk to, call somebody on the phone to speak with, so that you can talk it over and let the burden be lessened, so that you can have a better day, because this is just the beginning of a new democratic era for Nigeria. Okay, so we can't start from now to brood in this kind of pain until another 8 years. No, find a way to find closure. If you believe in judicial system, then ask them to go to court. So, guys, I'll be calling it a day today. Niger Daughter, thank you for being here. All of you that joined me today. Z Berry, I appreciate you. Oni TV, thank you so much. All of you, and those watching me from the background, please do me well to like this live stream before you call it a day. And don't make this day your last day here. I do hold live stream all the time, 3 times a week. So always check my channel, subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed, and promise you're going to leave me your comment in the next session. And also, you can also jump into the platform to speak on what you want to share concerning the topic we are going to discuss. It's always a positive energy here. We don't have any room. I don't have any tolerance for negative energy. It's always positive energy here. We come here to encourage each other, come here to lift each other up, come here to derive some lessons that we'll take home at the end of the day. So I'm going to say thank you guys for being here, all of you. And remember, public service, if you don't have integrity and you're very for a public post, just cancel that ambition. If you have no integrity, if you have no sense of empathy in you, you have no business being a public servant. If you cannot empathize in the pains of your citizens, you have no reason being there. So I want to thank all of you for joining me. You guys are special. You guys are amazing. You guys are kind with your contribution today. So catch me on Tuesday for another live stream, on Thursday for another live stream, and as well Saturdays for another live stream. And I want to tell you something. You are valued. If you're going through pain on this election, please know that we are into it together, and we are going to come out triumphant, in the sense that believe there is something good that will happen. Believe it, in as much as we don't see it. Let's have that little faith that will take us to the next level. All right. It's been an amazing time with all of you, my amazing people. And I'll be signing out by saying, God bless you guys real good. Remember to be kind to yourself so that you can show kindness to others. Love yourself enough so you can be able to love others. If you don't love yourself enough, you don't know the value of human being. Love yourself enough so that you can extend love to me by liking my live stream, by sharing my videos, and by also contributing in the conversation in the comment section. That is how you show me love. Until I see you guys on Tuesday on another live stream, stay blessed, stay well, and remain hopeful that something good will come out from Nigerian election. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I'm beginning to have those kind of bad people here. Yeah, I've timed them out completely. Ciao, ciao, everybody. Stay blessed, stay well. Talk to someone if you're feeling pain. Call a friend on the phone to discuss this election. It will definitely help you feel better. Okay? All right, guys. Bye, everybody. Thank you guys immensely.